Stella. Hold on here. Hold on. Where are we going? There's the baby. We're just waiting for Dad to come. Yeah. Mama. There's the mama. There's the baby. Good girl. Okay, so I'm going to get this set up on the tripod so everyone can see. Now, do me a favor, guys. Okay, we're trying to figure out the live, the phone being upright versus vertical. So I'm going to put it vertical because it's easier for people to watch on like the TV and stuff, but let me know if it looks weird. So, hold on, orientation's locked. Okay, why is orientation locked? See, that's the issue I think I'm having. Oh, it's probably because it's the front camera. There we go. Okay, let's see if that works. Nope, orientation is blocked. All right, we're just going to have to figure it out. All right, so right now, bear with me, guys. We're just going to get this set up on the tripod here. Here we go. Hopefully we can see. Okay, so Mom, you're going to be my cameraman. Yes. Dad, come on in. Hello, welcome. Good, how are you? Just to let you know, we are live on YouTube. If you don't mind, I'll just mic you up. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, for sure. Get relaxed, get comfy. Okay, what we'll do is we'll increase we'll just move that up a bit so she can see. There we go. Okay, so you're behind the scenes, madam.
Lucky you.
Okay, so actually go over here if you don't mind.
Oh, I was in the camera,
and then
the whole time.
Okay. Hi. So we want to make sure I get both me and Stella. Stella. Hi, Stella. Mama. Hi, baby. Hi, baby.
Over this way. Come on.
Hi. So would you say she is a lab, so I'm going to go, she's probably food motivated?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Mama. Hey.
Stella. Hey.
Hey, Stella. Hey. Boop, boop, boop. Hi. Look what I have. Look what I have. Oh, maybe not. Okay.
Stella, come here.
I have other food options if you are more inclined. Where did my other options go? I did. Huh. Okay. Hi, Mama. Okay, Cookie Pal. It's the same thing as mine. Okay. So, okay, let's start with the behavior issues. So what's going on with her? What are some of the problems you guys are experiencing? That the reason you saw me today.
It's the initial. I don't even want to call it aggression. It's just the barking and growling when new people come over to when anybody comes over to the house.
Okay.
She's she's good with a lot of people, but she's also, I wouldn't trust her with some others.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, and she's never bitten before, right? She's like lunged maybe.
When she was about a year old.
Okay.
I wouldn't even call it a bite. It was more of a blood blister, right?
Okay.
So it was one of my daughter's friends. So they were over the house. They were playing perfectly fine. Stella was out running around with them. Mm-hmm. She left, came back an hour later with her brother, who's never met the dog.
Okay.
And her brother came running in the house to grab a water bottle.
Okay.
Right. And it wasn't out of aggression. It was
madam.
It was like she nudges you with her nose and nibbles,
like an aggressive boop, kind of.
Yes.
She's like, I got big feelings, and she's not using teeth. She's using her boop. Like,
I had a friend that came over. We were out in the backyard.
Yep.
And she, he puts his hand down towards her, and I think that was out of fear. He'd never met her before.
Yeah, and people don't know how to greet dogs properly.
Yeah, exactly.
They really don't. Yeah. Everyone thinks that. I mean, back in the day, I was told that too as a trainer. Mm-hmm. And we now learn that is not the way to. So whenever somebody is introduced to her, by the way, I want you to indicate to them to stand perfectly still. Be like, stand up straight. Don't lean forward. Don't move your hand towards her. She can smell you without you leaning forward. Because this motion is what makes people nervous. Or the dog nervous. Yeah. Because the dog's like, what are you doing with that hand? Right? But if you're standing there still, she's like they'll test it. They'll be like,
yeah.
Are you going to try to touch me? You gonna try to touch me?
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, no, I'm not gonna try to touch you. And she's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll go and start sniffing, and they're like, okay. And then they'll sniff more and sniff more. And then eventually she'll be like, oh, okay, I like you. You're not trying to hurt me.
Yes.
Okay, you know. But without that initial moment of her having the time to actually get to know the person without them leaning forward, it can be very stranger danger.
Yeah.
So at least we can instruct people to be like, just stand still and let her explore you. Don't try to touch her.
Okay.
If she wants affection, she'll let you know. She'll nuzzle your hand. You know, oftentimes people ignore dogs' boundaries when they're being touched, and it goes against us trying to make them less sensitive about it, right? The other thing too is the collar's not on properly.
Okay.
So,
my daughter.
oh, okay. So I'm going to show you guys how to put it on properly when you're going to use it. Come here, Stella. Come here.
So we find like some
Mama.
of her best interactions are
Come here. Good
if
girl.
people are standing up. Like we've got a big, like long kitchen peninsula, and her best interactions, if we have somebody that comes up to that island, let's say we're standing there talking, and she'll actually get up beside us, and she'll put her feet up on the island, and then within no time she's like nuzzled into them, trying to lick their faces and everything. And but it's the aggressive, like even when they're sitting there at the island, right?
Yeah.
She'll come over and it's those aggressive boops, right?
Yeah. So that derives from insecurity. Okay. So the dogs notice that the dogs that are super calm, that don't react ever, are the chillest dogs. Like they just don't care. They're like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. But they're also super confident. Like, you know, they could walk down the street. They don't care what's happening. They're just like, I'm having a great day. This is great. La, 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 la. Right.
Yep.
See her ear. Can you move the camera so they could see the ear maybe? So I want to see the ear flipped up. Okay. So there are a couple different stages of big feelings. Now, big feelings could be happy, excited, scared, excited. It's an influx of emotion. Okay. So the one ear goes up is sort of like, I'm kind of nervous, kind of scared, not really sure. I'm uncertain, right? The second one is, I'm definitely uncertain. I really don't know what I'm going to do. Hi, Mama. Right? She's like, what are you doing right behind me? So when the first ear goes up, you'd be like, oh, she's got some big feelings. Second ear goes up, you're like, oh, she's got very big feelings. We got to get her out of here, right? And we don't want to run away from the problem. That's, you know, but the goal is to also be able to detect ourselves, to catch things before it escalates is the key. Now, if you're going to be using a prong, so what we want is we want it to be up high, and we want more prong than chain, okay? Because the prong is what makes this whole thing work. Though how it works, because I know a lot of people hate him, but see this tiny little corner here? That's what goes underneath the jawline. So it goes underneath the jawline here. So it's like right underneath the cartilage of the ear, and it goes all the way around like this. What this does, and then I would suggest putting a zip tie. I have some zip ties. Make the chain smaller because we don't need more chain. And what this does is it helps prevent the collar from harming the throat. So if she does pull on it, it goes underneath the jawline a bit, and it doesn't create pain, but it creates a bit of pressure.
Okay.
And it's uncomfortable. But she's like, oh no, you've got me by the head, you know? But if she can feel tension on the throat, she thinks she can break free of it. So she'll pull more if the prong is further down, which of course damages her throat and causes everybody's anger for this device in the first place, right? The other thing too is she's going to control the tension, not us. So I'm never going to do this with her. Okay. I'm just going to hold my arm. Once we're in a good spot, my arm is frozen.
Okay.
I don't move my arm at all. And then we want it to be almost like a 90-degree angle like that, just while she gets used to it.
Okay.
And she controls the tension. Very important. So what happens is she'll test it out, right? She'll be like, what if I go here? What if I go here? What if I go here? And she'll feel just a tiny bit of tension, just a little bit of pressure. And she will decide for herself that she's not comfortable with that. So then she adjusts herself. So then anything that happens doesn't have anything to do with us. It has everything to do with her, right? So she doesn't strike me as the kind of dog that's going to try to lunge full heart, right? So,
not at all.
You know, that's not we're not going to have to train her on it, but I do have a zip tie. We can adjust
like
this.
on walks. She's absolutely, like she walks amazing.
Oh, wonderful.
She doesn't care about anybody else.
Oh, wonderful.
Other dogs on the street. She doesn't care.
Oh, it's only when people come to her home?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well then I don't even know why you have this.
Yeah.
It's just well, we just take her just so.
Like
for
walking
a
down
walk
the
with that.
street, like she's like the leash is limp for the most part.
Yep.
You know, she'll do the odd, you know, quick pull off to the side if she smells something really good.
Yep.
But yeah, like she doesn't react
that's
to
good.
people that are like oncoming the sidewalk.
Yeah.
We don't have to move over for them. They
No.
walk past. She doesn't look at them. She's straight ahead.
I don't know if I did that
Other
properly. I did
dogs,
not.
squirrels, there's zero reaction.
Oh, good. Okay, so it's only in the home.
It's
Yeah.
only the home. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So-
she's great. So what we'll do too
Okay,
is
so we may not even need the other dog, but that's okay.
out in the backyard, for instance, if we have a bit of a gathering, right? Let's say 10, 15 people out in the yard, usually my in-laws' friends.
There we go.
We've got like the main patio part of the backyard, and then we have a little section that's fenced off.
Okay.
Just so she doesn't go onto that and pee on my nice clean grass, right?
That's fair. Yep.
So we'll actually temporarily put her on that side,
Uh-huh.
and just with the leash on her, right?
Yeah.
And there's only a little fence like this,
Yeah.
sort of separating her from the other. There's no barking at them. There's no jumping. There's no aggression. There's no nothing. It's
Okay.
yeah. But again, I wouldn't trust her to just
But
mingle
it's the
with
trust
them.
thing, though. Yeah.
Only because
Okay.
we don't know how it's my parents' friends and other people. We don't know how they react to her.
Yeah.
And then she gets very like I feel like she can sense my anxiety.
Oh,
too,
absolutely.
right?
I think so.
Absolutely.
And then
And it's a double-edged sword because, like, the reason you're anxious is because she's anxious.
yeah, I know.
So it's like a vicious cycle,
Like right now, there's no like I'm not anxious at all.
No,
Yeah.
neither
You're a
am
dog
I.
person. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is perfect. I
Yeah.
want it to be like this all the time.
Yeah.
All the time,
Okay.
Right.
So it looks like we just need to do a little tweaking with her.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think it's just some tweaking, especially
Yeah.
since she's not a lunger, she's not like snarling or anything like that. What we need to do then is and it's kind of funny because this does happen, but it's not as common where a dog is calm outside the house, but then nervous inside the house. It's usually the opposite.
Yeah.
So, but luckily the training is pretty much the same regardless.
Good.
So we're going to do a little bit of tweaking of leadership. Okay. So, come here, Mama. Hi, baby. Okay. Come here. Come on. Come here. So I'm going to do a little jiggle, 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 baby tug. Jiggle, 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 baby tug. Jiggle, 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 baby tug. There we go. So instead of manhandling the dog, especially on a prong, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm communicating like, hey, let's go this way. Hey, let's go this way. And she's like, fine, let's go. So we never want pain or fear, but
Good girl.
inconvenienced, annoyed, I'm fine with that. No one goes through life with zero inconveniences,
Good girl,
right?
Sally.
Dogs are no different. There we go, Mama. Come here, baby. Come on. So little tug. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Little tug. Good girl. Hi. Good girl. Look at your happy face. Watch. Good girl. Now, do you use a specific command for looking at you? Look or watch or?
It's just usually like a sound or just
Okay.
her name, and she'll sort of just lock onto you like that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we're gonna introduce watch.
Okay.
And watch is both a verbal command and a physical command.
Okay.
So, watch. Good girl. That's a good baby. So when we want our dog to look at us 24/7. We want her to look at me for the decision making when it comes to other people.
Okay.
So by me asking her to look at me all the time for little things, a couple things happen. One, turns into a job, right? Like a lot of people think a job is like literally hurting or something extreme. It can just be, I gave you an order, you listen to me, you get something in return. That something could be food, it could be pets, it could be playtime.
Okay.
But she's basically, Mama, hi, sit. Good girl, watch. Good girl. And we do watch right before she gets the treat. So little tug, you're pulling, no pulling, madam. So little jiggle, little jiggle, little jiggle. She's going to sit soon. I love she's enjoying the scratches. I don't know.
I think it's a scratch.
I think she's like, oh, that's kind of nice. Okay, Mama. There we go. She's like, well, that's not so bad. So, okay. So, including petting. This is
Okay.
the hard one for most people. Okay. What we want to do is we want to boost her confidence. We want her to feel good about herself, but we also want her to feel good about you as a leader.
Okay.
So the goal for calm leadership is to have the level of control with your dog to say, it's fine, I got it. And they blatantly ignore it. They blatantly, oh, it's fine.
Okay.
They're like, okay. Like they just radically accept whatever you say. Actually, the dog that's coming over in a little bit, that's a perfect example.
Okay.
So Gracie is a dog that I rehabbed.
Yeah.
She was originally a trained attack dog in Egypt. We didn't know till she got over here and saw the behavior, and we're like, oh, okay. So I did the full rehab. Her mom has continued on all of the training. You guys have met Gracie.
Yeah,
She
Gracie's
is,
awesome.
isn't she amazing?
Yeah.
The sweetest baby.
I'll see her walking past and she lights
She
up
has
and
to
she just
stop
comes
and
right
undergo.
over to me. And,
Yeah, she's got to see her people. And she's like, oh, my fans are awaiting me, right? Whereas when I got her, everybody was stranger danger.
Really?
Everybody, including me. Like
Wow.
it was a doozy. It took me 5 weeks fully to train her,
Holy.
about 4 to 5.
Okay.
But it was all 0 treats. She would not take food. It was
Really?
only leadership. She would only listen to leadership.
Wow.
And it was just making them work for everything. Be like, I got this. Basically, all the time, you're like, I got this, I got this, I got this.
Okay.
Right? Now, they will do little, okay. See how she got up to be first out the door?
Yes.
That's an example of her. Now we're teeter-tottering with leadership.
Yes.
She's like, no, I go first. Because in the dog world, and understand, remember, dogs have their own society and they have their own set of rules within their society, right? In their society, first come, first serve is sort of the leadership role.
Okay.
So if you're in the front or you go first, you're in charge of
Alright.
whatever we're doing. So she's like, no, I'm in charge. I'm in charge. That same mentality of I'm in charge is the same mentality of I'm in charge to decide whether this person in the house is safe or not.
Okay.
That's where it ties in.
All
That
right.
behavior links in with her behavior in the house. If I'm always the boss, I'm like, nope, I do everything. I go first. You listen to me. We're nice. We're calm. We're being rewarded. Now she's looking forward to listening to me. Wait a minute. I'm a good baby when I do this stuff.
Yeah.
And because we want to pet her all the time, for example, right? I'll just like, look, watch. Good girl. I'm such a good baby. You're a good girl. She's like,
Yeah.
okay, that was nice, right? And then think about how often we pet our dog, we play our dog, we feed
Yeah.
with our dog. So every time we throw the ball, watch, throw it. Now, what this does is we're creating habits, right? So throughout the whole day, you and the kids are getting this dog to sit and look. She has to be calm in order to do this,
Okay.
right? She has to be focused in order to do this. So then we're doing this all day long, takes 2 seconds, right? It becomes a habit. So after like a week, you're going to forget you're even doing it.
Yeah.
And a couple things start to happen. First of all, she enjoys this. She's like, oh, I'm getting all the things. This is amazing. This is the best day ever. And she's starting to feel more confident when she's around you guys in terms of feeling secure.
Okay.
She's like, I feel secure. These guys know what they're doing. This is kind of nice. Okay, I'm not getting away with stuff. That's the other thing. She's not getting away with some nonsense, trying to bolt through the door first before me. I'm like, absolutely not, madam. We're not doing that. And so as these things build up, then, and I'd say don't test her with people coming in the house for a few weeks first.
Okay.
Get her used to the training, right?
Yeah.
If you do have people over, just keep them segregated for a bit.
Okay.
Like she's in one part of the house, the kids are in the other.
Yeah.
Just keep them segregated. It's not the end of the world for that, right?
Yeah, that's how we. That's
Or
how we've
keep her
been
on
doing it.
leash,
Okay. Yeah.
and just like she can see, but she can't touch.
Okay.
And we're just going to observe,
Yeah.
right? And then after a few weeks, when you start noticing she's settling down, then you can try introducing her to some people that she's already seen but hasn't interacted with.
Okay.
Right? So maybe some of your kids' friends or something like that. Again, keep it safe. So we want to have her on leash and collar,
For sure.
right? And when you do this, when you're introducing people, and I'll show you when Carly shows up. I think, is that Carly?
No,
I don't think so.
somebody for the trailer.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll show you how to introduce. The other dog's not going to want anything to do with the other Gracie, but that's okay. Now, when we're exiting, okay, can you have the camera so you can see here and here? Maybe move back a bit. Watch out. There we go. Super. Perfect. All right. So see how she got up right away, and I all I did was touch the door, right? Oh, back up. So I'm not manhandling her. I'm using my body to communicate. So it's a non-aggressive way. It's not threatening. Hey, mama. She's like, well, I don't get my way. And then I'm going to block her. So I'm blocking. Worst case scenario, close the door.
Okay.
Same with the front door, right? You're closing, opening, close, opening, close.
Yeah.
Hey, mama. Hi, lady. Sit. Good girl. Wait. So I'm using a lot of hand gestures because dogs listen best with hand gestures with the verbal command. Nope. Hi. Hi. Stress shake. She's like, I got big feelings. Okay. Mama. Big feelings.
Yeah, she's
so
not.
all these afflictions are her frustration. She's like, oh, I'm frustrated. I'm not getting my way. And she's calling me out. And that's what this is like a calm frustration, right? But that tells me that she's understanding what I'm telling her.
Okay.
She gets it, but she doesn't like it. That's okay. She doesn't have to like it. Mama, sit. Good girl. Wait. There we go. Now the door. So correction sound and body language. Stepping in front. Worst case scenario, I would close the door, but she stopped right away this time.
Okay.
Sit. Good girl. Watch. Good girl. Okay, come. Now I go outside. Now she comes. Okay. Same when we come back in. We're going back in, mama. Come here. Come here. Come here,
She just
lady.
wants to leave.
Come here. Let's go. And we go back in. There we go. And so that's how we're coming in and out of the home. Coming in and out of the home is very important because that is the moment that we're saying who owns the world outside or inside. So if we're going on the outside world, if I go first, I'm like, I'm in charge of the outside world.
Okay.
When we're going into the inside world, if I go first, I'm in charge of the inside world, right? And again, it tells her my order in the pack, right? And there's not a very strict order. It's not like you're strictly number one, you're strictly number two. It doesn't work like that. How it works in dog packs is how you act gives you your spot. Your personality and the way that you behave is what gives you the pecking order in the pack. What we want for her is that you guys at the bare minimum as the adults, right? We don't have to worry too much about the kids, but as the adults, we need her to believe that you're capable of being the pack leader, which is safety and security. That's what that role is. The role is, everyone thinks the role is a dictatorship role. It's not. It's a security role. You are in charge of keeping everyone safe. That's what that job is. That's where everyone gets this whole leadership thing mixed up. Okay. It's not a dictatorship. It's a security. You're in charge of keeping her safe. That's all it is. Right? And so we do these things to let her know that we're qualified to keep her safe so that she relaxes long enough to listen to us when we say it's fine. Okay. Right? And then that is what starts to lower the anxiety. No, that was not a strong enough thing. The zip tie was not very... Oh, wait. No, it's just... it's not high up enough. Okay, that's whatever. It's better than it was. So, now, come here, mama. She's stressed out. She's like, I got such big feelings. Hey, sit. Watch. Okay, come. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. So now we're going to do this as a way to prep her for when she meets new people. Okay? So watch. Good girl. Okay, come. Good girl. Now this is also perfect when you're practicing recall. Okay, so if you're practicing recall, we never want to have the food up like this because then she'll never cross this barrier. We want her to be able to feel comfortable coming into our body's presence, right? Watch. Good girl. Come. Good girl. So then when we're having her introduce other people, because she's so used to this, we'll have her sniff the person and then do sit, watch with the person, be like, okay, come. So it's a routine she's familiar with. So at first she might be like, stranger danger, right? And then you're like, no, as the person in charge of security, I vetted this person. It's fine. You can come sniff them. And she'll be like, are you sure? Like, yes, I'm sure. Go on. She'll be like, okay. And we've instructed the new person not to move. They're just going to stand there and let her sniff, right? And then we'll do the sit and watch for treats because she's like, oh, I know this. They're going to give me treats too. So then what starts to happen is she does this enough times, she realizes humans bring her food and humans give her treats. And one thing that we need to acknowledge, she's not a big sucky baby with people she just met.
Okay.
So I don't even want new people petting her unless she nuzzles their hand.
Okay.
So for example, I'm the new person and I'm doing sit, watch, come. I don't pet her at this moment. If she wants pets, she will nuzzle into my hand for pets.
That's what she does with him.
But yeah, so our friend came into
Good.
the house and he just stood there.
Oh my God, perfect.
Just stood there, right? And he just kind of ignored her. And then she's like, okay, she's sniffing him. And then she goes up to him and she gets under his hand and throws his hand up in the air. And then he's like, okay. And he's just completely ignoring her and still just petting her.
Yeah.
Did exactly.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
And then that's when she stands up at the little entryway table.
Yeah.
And it stands up, stretches out, and like leans right back into him.
And tries to lick your face.
And that's the other thing. She's a very with us and the people that she does have a good feeling about.
Yeah.
She's also very very touchy with them, like very licky. Like
is she very demanding of this love though?
She is
Yes.
she's right
because
into them. Yeah.
okay, so here's the thing: demanding love with a dog that is not calm, right? It's different if the dog is calm 24/7.
Okay.
But if a dog has some anxiety, which she has a little bit of anxiety, right?
Sure.
That's an anxious behavior.
Okay.
So it's okay if she's like, you come home, for example. I haven't seen you in so long. I'm so happy.
Sure.
Although we normally want to ignore this because we want her to be calm when people come in the home.
Okay.
So the new rule is ignore her until she's calm, and then you can greet her and do everything when you come in the house. Because we want the default for her to be, people are over, I have to be calm. People are over, I have to be calm.
Okay.
So then no matter who comes over,
She's calm.
she has to be calm.
All right.
But if we're jazzed every time she comes home, then what's happening is we're actually making it harder for her to be calm when new people come over because her nervous system is spiking to a 10 with excitement. But the problem is that dogs can't control their emotions the way humans can. My favorite example is, let's say, I tell you guys, we're going to go to Disney World. You're like, we're going to go to Disney World. Now, if we're a dog, we're going to Disney World. We're going to Disney World. Grandma just died. Grandma died. We're going to Disney World. Everything is great. Yeah. Like it totally, totally bypassed the fact.
When you put it like that, it makes
right?
sense.
Yeah. But as a human, we're like, we're going to Disney World. Grandma passed away. Oh my God, Grandma passed away. Immediately, we went from a super high to a super low. And we're capable of controlling ourselves within reason, some of us at least, when we have these shifts, right? Whereas a dog doesn't have that. So that's why it's so important. But it's also like a lot of people don't explain it properly. They say this is the rule, but if no one understands why that's the rule, why are they going to do it, right? But now that we're like, oh, I get it, it's a lot easier to execute the training, right?
Yeah.
So then we come home, we're like, oh, sorry, honey, you got to be chill. And just ignore her.
Okay.
You know, you can calmly be like, what's up, girl? And then ignore her and walk away.
All right.
And she'll be like, what's going on? What's happening? And once she's totally chill, she's not begging you and bossing you for pets or anything like that, then you can just be like, sit, watch, and then you can swishy swish, go into play, all that. That's totally fine. But we want her to be calm. That's the name of the game.
Okay.
And so then what's happening is we are controlling her nervous system all day, every day when she's interacting with people.
Okay.
And so then it's habit. So then when the new people come, the habit kicks in and she's not as big feelings.
Yeah.
But she's very, very chill dog. I have a funny feeling Gracie might not be coming with the rain.
Yeah, and that, like she's...
Hi, Mama. Good girl. Yeah.
So now for the whole calm thing when, let's say I come home from work, right?
Yeah.
We have another dog.
Okay.
Like a little dog.
Yeah.
Right? And he's what? Is he a year yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, he's a baby puppy. Oh my gosh. Okay.
He's a Bijapoo.
Yeah.
Okay, Bichon.
Yeah.
And
Bichon
he is just absolutely wired 24/7. So, if you recommend
got the poodle, did he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
So
definitely
we're still doing the whole crate training thing with him because he hasn't quite understood the whole washroom outside yet thing.
Okay.
Which is like, he might be your next project. He might have two projects.
Might be the next combo.
Like
okay.
he's very lazy. Like he's very, like he can be outside for 3 hours, 4 hours, just running in and out, playing, doing what he needs to do.
Yeah.
And then he'll go to the washroom in the house. So,
okay.
but he's also very, he's like what I'm saying with her when I come home from work. Even if he is in the crate, he's just losing his mind when I come home.
Right.
So, what do you recommend there to kind of keep her calm?
So, stay calm around her. Be like, hey, what's up? Chill out, right?
Okay.
And then what I want you to do is go to the room where the other dog is in the crate.
Okay.
And just be like, that's enough. And then just walk in and out of the room without looking at him.
Okay.
So now what you're going to do, and this is actually a great way to do crate training as well, is to literally not pay attention to the dog whatsoever and walk in and out of the room a bajillion times so that he's sick of watching you walk by. Oh. I want him to be like, let me out. Wait, let me. Just what are you doing? Like, they're just like, so at a certain point, the anxiety dies down and the curiosity kicks in. Okay. And then the puppy's like, what is this stupid human doing coming in and out? What? And they can't figure it out. And then they're like, you do this for so long. Like, after like 20 minutes, the dog's like, well, fuck this.
Exactly.
They'll just fall asleep. They're like, well, this is crap. I'm falling asleep, right? Okay. So try that. Okay. Do not ever scold the dog for making mistakes in the house, though. Okay. Because dogs don't understand context, that you're upset at the location of the potty, not the potty itself. But dogs don't understand that. So when they pee in the house and you yell at them, they think you're yelling at them for peeing. So then they're like, but I gotta pee. So then they hide it from you. So then if you're in the backyard with them, he's like, oh, I can't, they're going to get mad at me if I pee. And he can't hold it any longer. And then he goes inside the house and hides and pees.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So what I want you, and everybody does this, like every person I've ever spoken to.
100%.
And it's like that old trope of like shoving the dog's nose in the pee and then putting him outside. All that does, the dog pees, sniffs the peas, goes outside. Like zero. At no point is the dog like, oh, it's the location, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. We take for granted our intelligence oftentimes, right?
Absolutely,
like there's times where we're like, oh yeah, I didn't think that.
And until you hear somebody say it like that, it's like, that makes perfect sense.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Sense. Like it's all about a different point of view is basically what training is. It's like, I need a different point of view of this. So what I recommend then is go on a long walk. Okay. A very long walk. Make sure it's not too hot because I don't want it to overheat. And right before the walk, do a bunch of training with treats. Get them really thirsty and then have them drink a bunch of water right before your walk. Okay. And then actually take her too. Okay. And every time she goes pee, make it a big dance party. You're gonna be like, oh my God, good girl, yeah, good girl, good girl. Treats, good girl, yeah, good job, good job. She's like, what's going on? But the puppy is gonna be like, I want a dance party. And then, and even if like you're in a park with other dogs and they go potty, you're like, good job, good job. And then the puppy's like, I want this. Okay. And then ideally the puppy will put two and two together and go potty and then big dance party. He's like, I got a dance party. I got treats. And now he's going to want to pee in front of you all the time because he gets a dance party. Okay. Then when he pees inside the house, he's going to be like, do I get a dance party? Or like, you get nothing. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to address it at all. I'm going to be silent. Okay. So then the puppy's like, why didn't they give me a dance party? And then after a few days, they start putting two and two together. They're like, well, I get a dance party when I'm outside, but I don't get a dance party when I'm inside. And then he's like, and then he'll start testing it out. He'll be like, what if? And then you'll notice one day he'll go potty and look at you a certain way. And you'll be like, I think that's the look she was talking about. And then he'll pee inside to double check his theory. And he'll pee like, no dance party?
Remember that one time where he actually did look, he kind of looked at us and he's like, he looked right, you remember when you said, right at him and peed, like right there.
He was probably checking.
I wasn't very happy.
That's okay.
But I was like, he looked right at me and I was like, I'm like, I don't know what to say.
he was outside, I would say 40 minutes before that. And he was outside for a solid 2 or 3 hours. Yeah. And then my mother-in-law put him in his crate and then, and I came home and you know what, he was pretty calm when I came home. Yep. Opened his crate, greeted him, put my bag on the counter, he was out for maybe 45 seconds,
Yeah.
and he looked right at me, and right in front of his crate. And it was the biggest puddle I've ever seen. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think he's still trying to
Yeah.
figure it out.
I
He's like, I'm
think
having
so.
a hard time understanding.
Yeah.
So definitely do that. And here's the thing. The best part of this whole thing is whatever you do with one dog, you have to do with the other.
Okay,
So you don't have to worry about behaving differently amongst the two dogs.
Okay.
Oftentimes, we actually have to train our small dogs exactly the same way as our big dogs. That's why
Okay.
small dogs have such a bite history, is because the owners don't think they have to train the dog because they're small,
Yeah.
but it's still a dog, and it needs that leadership, right?
Okay.
It needs that guidance. It
Good.
needs to feel protected. You know, I know you're all stressed out, eh, Mama? She's like, this person's telling me what to do.
I thought it was not a good idea to let the two dogs out together to go to the washroom because I felt like they just played.
Oh,
And
no.
then that small dog Prince would come in and then pee. That's what I thought.
He was distracted,
You know,
right?
yeah, I thought he was distracted
Oh.
playing with her.
No.
But she's like she loves
She'll
her
help
and she
train
walks-
him potty
she,
training.
She walks over and she does her.
Good
She's got
girl,
her
Stella.
spot.
Eh?
Oh, good.
Like she has her spot
Good
that
girl.
she likes to
Got to
go
go,
Yeah.
girl.
do everything, and you know, I'm like, go Freeney, go, and
You have
he'll
fun?
follow
Hey, you
her.
having fun?
Yeah.
You having
But
fun?
then he'll come in.
Yeah.
And what?
Yes. Yes.
Now, the other thing, one of the reasons he might be peeing in the house and not in the backyard
Sit down.
could be because he's respecting her territory as a baby. He's like, oh, this is your territory. I'm going to respect your territory, and I'm not going to pee in your territory. So
Okay.
I think doing this initially on a walk is a good thing first.
Oh,
Mama.
don't
Now,
you dare.
that's considered demanding behavior. Okay, so when that happens, all I want you to do is be very calm and just take a tiny step forward. That's
Okay.
it. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
a tiny step. Now with the kids, when that happens, tell them to, okay, I'm going to make sure I do this. Can the camera see me do
Yeah,
this?
it's
Okay,
perfect.
perfect. So especially for kids, your arm is touching your forehead, because if
Okay.
it's not touching, they're going to smack themselves in the head.
Okay.
You don't want that. So touching, tucked, walk.
Okay.
Little baby steps. Nothing crazy, just little
Okay.
baby
She's
steps.
really she doesn't do that to the kids.
Okay,
Like,
good.
She's very gentle. She won't. She just
Okay,
does it to
good.
the adults.
It's
Okay.
the- it's just
Well,
with
for
the
those
two-
online,
Yeah.
if that happens, now you know what to
It's
do.
with the two of us, right? Like, but I now that you're actually using those words, like demanding, demanding the affection, it kind of makes sense. Like if I'm sitting on the couch and I have a coffee, right?
That
So
was a
she'll-
good
That was
one.
that's loud.
Gracie's not coming.
Gracie's not coming.
Gracie's not coming.
So I'll be on the couch and I'll have a coffee, and
Yeah.
she'll come out in the living room, and she's usually sitting there, and she's she'll look at me. She's always making eye contact with me.
Yeah.
She'll maybe go over to her water bowl, have a drink. She'll come back. She'll sit down in front of me.
Yep.
If I put the coffee down,
Yeah.
she looks at me and she gets like she
You're fine.
perks right up,
Relax.
right, and her tail's wagging, and then I'm sitting there, and then she comes into me, and then she'll put her.
Sorry, just a sec. Hey, it's fine. Relax. You're good. So now look at me instead of looking at her. See, she looked away then once you looked at me, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Mama, you're fine. So right now, she's trying to confirm if she should feel anxious. So
Okay.
I'm telling her, no, you don't need to feel anxious.
Okay.
She was like, but Mom, Dad, are you sure? Are you sure we don't have to feel anxious? That's why I was like, no, look at me.
Yeah.
Because she's going to take direction from wherever you're looking at.
Okay.
So you're looking at me and she's like, damn it, everyone's saying to listen to this person, but I want to be scared. And I'm like, no, you're not allowed to be scared. She's like, but I don't know how to do that. I only know how to be scared. Come here, Mama. Come here.
Yeah, it does. It
So
definitely
instead,
does.
we're going to give her something to do. Hi. Hi. Sit. Watch. Go get it. Go get it. Go on. Go get it. Come here, you goof. Come here. Go get it. There we go. So we want her to do something when she's afraid instead of sitting with her fears.
Okay.
So sit. Watch. Go get it. Oh, you got it. Good job.
Good luck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, watch. There we go. We're not scared of lightning now, are we? Woo. Good girl. Look at you.
Yeah, she is very food
She's
motivated.
very focused. I
Yeah.
love it. Whoop. Data girl. Oh, you might be getting a big one. Oh, you're going to get a big one. It's a big one. Good girl. Watch. Good girl. Come here. There we go. So she's always used to coming in here.
Okay.
There we go. No more whining. And her tail's going. There we go. A little bit of scratchies. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry. Okay. So now continue.
So yeah, with the couch, right?
Yes.
Put the coffee down. She
Yes.
knows that the coffee's down. She knows that she can, come up to me. And she'll put a couple of paws, like her 2 front paws. They'll be up. One will be on the couch. One will be, and then she'll lay right into me.
Yeah.
Her head will be up on my chest,
Uh-huh.
and that's when the licking starts.
Okay.
And she's very, very licky.
Right.
Just rubbing her head into you, and I wish she wasn't as licky as she is, but
Because she's a big dog too. Like when
Right.
she comes up on me, it's like
But
she's
she
barely
also
on me.
does what you've allowed her to do.
Yeah.
for sure.
So now what I usually like to tell people, if you like a licky, overly affectionate moment,
Mhm.
turn it into a command moment. So for example, if you want her to just come up on you but no licks,
Okay.
you could be like up, and then she comes up, but she tries to lick, put your hand in front of her and be like, no.
Okay.
And so you're playing with her, petting, she licks, no. And you stop it right away. You're like, absolutely not. If she tries to break your boundary, which is stop licking me, stand up, be like, nope, I'm not dealing with this, grab your coffee, walk away.
Okay.
Be like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with this at all. And then if you want her to lick, you could easily just be like, okay, kisses, But since we're probably not going to ask her for kisses,
Yeah. Exactly.
we're just going to teach her that this means you can come up for cuddles, but no kissing. We're going to shut the kissing down right away.
All right.
It'll also, preventing her from kissing you a lot also helps her control herself and her
Okay.
anxiety, because dogs will over lick when they're anxious,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And again, the anxiety it pops up periodically when they're anxious,
Yeah.
right? And so we want to control that throughout the day so that it eventually goes away.
Okay.
Now, also, I want you to verify from your vet first,
Mhm.
but usually with dogs with a little bit of anxiety, I like to go melatonin first.
Okay.
So I don't think he needs any kind of anxiety meds. He's not that kind of a dog. Like,
They kept trying to give the one
Really?
that was, and I'm like, they told us to put it into her food,
Uh-huh.
and I gave her the food, and then she was just she seemed very off.
yeah,
And then for days she wouldn't eat her food.
Was
because
it-
She thought I was putting. It was packaged.
was it a package?
It was packages that they
So-
gave us from the vet.
Was it-
So that was before her visit. So what we took her in for
Huh.
like a checkup, like a consultation
Yep.
before, like when she was a puppy.
Yep.
Just before we were getting her fixed. And how old was she? She was maybe.
She was 8 or 9 months.
Yeah. So what just before she was ready to be spayed.
Yep.
And that was kind of like, up until that point she was great. There was something that sort of changed right around that time, right?
She came to the trailer with us all the time, and she would be around so many people, sit by the fire with a lot of people, and she had no issues.
No issues, and I think she might have developed a little bit of anxiety after like the initial interaction with the vet. Like I know it was during COVID. You weren't allowed in. Everything was,
Yeah.
you know what? And
COVID was hard for a lot
they
of
came
people
out.
and
They
dogs.
came out of the truck. It was like a quick, like 2-second interaction.
Yeah.
They opened the back door. They pulled her out of the truck with the leash and took her in. And then picking her up was kind of the same thing,
They
right?
bring her out
And she was very, very anxious after that.
Mhm.
They
Hi,
wanted
baby.
to give her a bunch of medication before she came back, so
Yeah.
she was calm because they said that she was,
Scared me.
aggressive.
Yeah.
The veterinarian actually told us, like, maybe consider, not having this dog around small children because she's very aggressive
That's what they,
and
She
yeah.
grew up with kids though,
Okay,
like
she
in the
sleeps
house.
in our son's room.
Yeah,
He's
exactly,
7,
yeah.
And she
So-
just loves it.
yeah, exactly.
I love how everyone just
so-
is so quick to slam an aggressive label on a dog.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
that's-
bro, it was a very scary situation this dog just went through. Like,
They actually
a stranger came, grabbed her from out of the car, so she probably thought she's being
Yeah.
kidnapped. Like,
Yeah.
Well, they
Come
allowed
on!
me into the vet room with her
hmm
at one time
Yeah.
because she's very aggressive. She won't even let me check her. So
Mhm.
they actually were throwing snacks to her
okay,
from across from the room. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not Stella. Like, that's not her. But they
Yeah.
were throwing the treats to her,
hmm
and they're like, can you get her to come? I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do because
Yeah.
this is not the dog that we normally have. And
Yeah.
since then,
Yeah.
she's just been.
Her latest vet visit was she was pretty doped up for that one. She ate an entire package of gum.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. She couldn't even stand
God.
up.
I bet.
The poisoning,
Oh,
the
Mama.
xylitol poisoning was horrible. But
the
She
xylitol.
went into my daughter's.
Because the first thing in my brain was like, oh my God, I'm so glad it was probably aspartame. Oh no, it was xylitol. Oh, you're so lucky.
She was my daughter's backpack, and she actually somehow unzipped part of it. And
Oh,
put her
of
head
course
into
she
this
did.
Little zip, unzipped part.
Oh,
it was
lady.
one of those little pop top containers. So
Yeah.
she got about 15 or 20 pieces.
Yeah.
She was
God,
she couldn't even stand up.
lucky.
The boys had to take
Oh
her to
my
the emergency
gosh.
vet clinic.
Mama,
But you know
you
what?
guys are just eating everything in your mouth. Don't you put everything in your mouth?
She was all right with the there was the one vet tech that was there. She was growling at her.
Yeah.
The other, I think it was actually the veterinarian. She was, you could tell she was a real dog person. Like there was no fear. She was like very excited with her the entire, and she's like, she was absolutely.
Gotta find them.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, is finding them.
And that's it.
Melatonin honestly goes a long way. It's so all the melatonin does in terms of behavior is it calms down the cortisol levels, so the stress hormones.
Okay.
So if she wakes up a little bit stressed every day, the melatonin just eases it out. That's it. So it's not, and it's naturally occurring.
Okay.
We're not going to give her enough for it to be melatonin poisoning. I would say like 5 milligrams is probably a good dosage.
Okay.
Always double check with your vet. Just a phone call. Be like, hey, our trainer recommended 5 milligrams of melatonin every night. She just wants us to verify that it's fine with you. We always, safety first is always my motto. I'm like, we're always going to go safety first, because I don't know if, I don't know her medical history. So, but like, it's almost, melatonin almost never has a negative repercussion.
Okay.
Unless you overdose the dog, right? But yeah, 5 milligrams at night, get a little meatball or something before she goes to bed, and it calms down the stress hormones. So she'll wake up calmer. But honestly, the majority of this is just training and conditioning. Okay. Yeah. We're just going to condition her nervous system. That's all we really got to do for right now. Okay. Like I said, just wait a few weeks for her to meet new people, but still interact with people. I still want her to interact with the people she does know and she likes and things like that. And then, I think in a few weeks, you'll probably notice a significant difference in her behavior. She'll be calmer, and then try it out. Try it with someone that she hasn't met yet. Do the whole standing still thing. Okay. And she should be good.
Well, maybe start bringing her up here on the
bringing her up here is going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
down.
There you go. So, So just because she wants something doesn't mean she gets something.
Sit.
So now, Mom, what I want you to do, I'm going to show the camera this way. Put your hands to your chest. Yep, just like that. Just like that. See how she stopped?
Yeah.
Okay. So the chest, having your hands at your chest, is sort of like a universal dog language of, this is mine. My hands are mine. Whatever you put to your chest is yours. So she's trying to get you to pet her. So you're saying, nope, my hands are mine right now. You don't get to have my hands. Okay. If she wanted your coffee, you put the coffee to your chest. The coffee's mine. You don't get the coffee. If you have a treat, same thing. The treat is mine. There we go. There we go, Mama. There we go. Now.
Nope.
Yep. So hands to the chest.
Like
there we go.
Okay.
Yep. She's like, I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out. Okay, hold on. We can't. There we go. I'll just do this briefly. Hands to the chest. Oh, careful, Mama.
Yeah, she's.
Okay.
Sit.
There we go. Okay, point. Now take a step forward towards her.
Yes.
There we go. She's all stressed out.
She's like, Mommy, what are we eating? Mommy, what are we So this right here, her doing that, that's the anxiety.
Yeah. She's like, I got big feelings and I don't know what to do with them. She's scratching, she's shaking. Good. Now point to your nose and say, watch.
Watch.
And then now you can invite her for pets. And I can be like, okay, come. There we go. That's how she gets affection. Like, she has to earn it. And the thing is, her earning it, again, she's practicing being calm. So we want her, instead of jumping, yep, so stop. There we go.
Oh, see?
Take a step forward. Take a step forward.
Oh, she's too big for me.
Hands against your chest. Block your chest like a X. There we go.
Sit. Sit. Sit.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
Stay.
her size. She's
Yeah.
So it's hard to
Okay.
like, even when I come inside sometimes
You okay?
and I'm carrying things, it's like instant. She comes up and I've fallen. I'm like, she's
Just relax.
Yeah.
You're good. You're
But
good.
it's like she's so gentle at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she's-
Yeah, she's not, well, I mean, I wouldn't say 100% gentle.
No,
she's
but
very
like-
demanding with her size.
she
like,
is.
yeah.
she
She
knows
is.
she's a big
Yeah,
baby.
she does.
You know you're a big baby,
She thinks
don't
she's a lap
you?
dog all the time.
Yeah, silly
Like
baby.
when she's wired, she's wired. When she's calm, she's calm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
and it's
We want her to stay in
I want
the calm zone.
I want her
more.
to be in I want her to be in the calm zone all the time. It's
Yeah.
she's not 20 pounds,
Yeah.
right? She's big and she's heavy and
Yeah.
and yeah, things like that. Like it's hard for and it's a little bit easier for me to push her back a little bit, get her to sit down. But for my wife though, it's a little it's a little
It's a little harder,
right?
yeah.
And
yeah.
it's strange because she doesn't do that with the kids.
No.
It's only with us.
So the funny thing is, she knows the kids are kids. So
Okay.
she knows full well they're children.
Mm-hmm.
And because she's older, she's like, okay, you are the children of my house. So she will treat them as such. She'll treat
Okay.
them as kids, right?
Okay.
The puppy will be like, you're like me, and will act like crazy with the kids
Yeah.
because the
Yes.
puppy is like, we're the same. And the adult dog is like, you're my babies. So she's not going to want to harm her
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah.
But you guys, she's like, I'm going to mess you up.
Yes.
Just,
Yes.
not in an aggressive way,
No.
but in a bossy way.
Okay.
But the bossy behavior is still very demanding, and it fuels into like she can't chill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
So like, even though it's a happy, goofy behavior that she
Mhm.
has, it's not a chill behavior.
Yeah.
No.
So we want it to be like, look, you're allowed to get happy to see me, but I need you to chill out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can't be demanding. You can't be jumping up on me. So for you, especially, cross your arms to your chest and keep walking forward.
Okay.
When you're coming home, if no one's home, maybe put her in a different room if you got to bring in the groceries and stuff like that.
Okay.
The more often she knows that she has to get out of the way physically, the calmer she'll be when you come home as well, especially with groceries and stuff.
Okay.
So, like, she'll know when she goes, say, if she goes into the bathroom or a
Mhm.
crate or whatever,
Yep.
when you get home, she's like, oh, they got bags.
Okay.
So she'll be like, all right, I'm only in here until they're done with the bags and then I get let out. So she's not going to, she'll have some big feelings at first,
Good girl.
but again, they're very good at pattern recognition, right?
Yeah.
So she'll
Sit.
notice that when you come home, she
There you
goes, she gets segregated, that she'll be out very
Sit down.
quickly. It's only a
Okay.
temporary thing that we're doing with that.
You're a good girl.
And then she'll get used to it. And ideally, after, say, like a month or two of doing it, she'll either put herself away or she'll ignore you completely. So it's like, oh, if you ignore me, you can be loosey-goosey. And she'll learn, she's like, wait a minute. If
Yeah.
I ignore you, I don't have to be put away. And it's like, yeah. She's like, sweet, I'll just ignore you.
Yes,
And so
okay.
now we want to guide her to making good decisions for herself. So we want her to make the decision to not jump up, to
Okay.
make the decision to remain calm, to make the decision to be respectful around you, right? That's why it's not about forcing the dog, it's about guiding the dog,
Okay.
right? And putting her in situations that helps her to make better decision making.
Mm.
Right, lady? Because right now you're making decisions based on your emotions. And usually that's a bad idea for everybody, including humans. Humans are bad for that
You see her
too.
keep looking, she's like, come on. I'm not making eye contact.
Yeah, I've never accepted the fact that she's aggressive. She's just
Yeah.
anxious. Just
Yeah,
nervous.
she's anxious.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
She's not
that's
aggressive.
all it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I see, this is my specialty, is aggressive behavior.
Yeah.
She is not aggressive at all. She's just nervous.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. She's just nervous. That's all.
I would never want that nervousness to turn into something where she
And-
ends up hurting someone.
And that's why I'm grateful
Absolutely.
you guys
Yep.
did reach out, because it can. Like, aggression stems from insecurity
Mhm.
and anxiety, period.
Yep.
The only time a dog is legitimately aggressive is if they have like a brain disorder or a tumor. Something is wrong in the brain.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
nothing's wrong in the brain then it stems from fear and anxiety. Once that fear and anxiety is gone, there's no reason for them to react.
For sure. Yeah.
Right? So then they don't. And that's exactly what happened with Gracie. She got enough experiences where she's like, oh, everything's fine. And now she's like the mascot of the park.
I know.
Yeah. Like my expectations for Stella, I don't want her to be that dog that you can, like ideally, yes, a room full of 50 people and she can run around. That's not reality. Like, I just want it.
I mean, it could be later on.
It could be.
Yeah.
Right. But I just want her to, if we're at the house and, we have, we've got 4 or 5 people over.
Yep.
Let her run around, let her mingle, let her do her thing, and just come in, greet people, grab a few treats.
Yep.
And then disappear.
Exactly.
And that's all I want from her. I don't expect her to, to absolutely love everybody she meets, but just majority of people.
Exactly. Yeah. And to just not feel afraid in her own home, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I think this will be really great. Just
I think
practice
so.
those few things.
Okay.
I think you're going to see a huge difference. And then we can have another session if you guys want to go the next step forward and start bringing people into your area in your home or your trailer or whatever.
Definitely.
Yeah, sounds great.
Love it.
Yeah, I think I'll bring her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that more often she's hanging out here where she's in the open environment, people are coming and going, and she's seeing people coming and going a million times. She'll just be like, oh, people just come and go all the time, and it becomes regular. It becomes part of her normal activity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Stella.
It's a good girl.
She's like, I'm tired.
She's like, y'all stressed me out. I was getting treats, and now I'm being told to be calm, and now I got big feelings, and this sucks.
It's so funny when she does that one eyebrow up, her eyebrows go up.
I
Yeah.
know. She is so expressive.
She is.
But this is how she is at home the majority of the time.
She's so
Just
sweet.
chill.
Just chill.
Yeah.
All right.
We just got to get rid of some of your anxiousness, Mama. It's okay. You good girl.
Awesome.
All right. So stay on, everybody on YouTube. I'm just going to say goodbye to our wonderful guests, and then I'll chit-chat with you guys. So we'll just have this. There we go. Just move this over a bit here. Watch us leave. There we go. All right. Super.
Awesome.
It was a pleasure you guys having
Awesome.
coming
Thank
over.
you. Appreciate it.
Hi, Mama.
Appreciate
You
it.
want some more treats before you go? Hey. Boop, boop, boop. Hi. Hi. Good girl. Good girl. Watch. Yes. Watch. Yes. Watch. Yes. There we go. All she knows watch now. Guys,
I
you're
like
good
that.
girl. Guys, you're good girl. Guys, you're good baby. You're good baby. You're good baby. Madam. She's trying to shake. She's like, dang, it's not working.
Yes. Yes.
Go do it. Good girl. You want pets? Yeah, she's a good girl. She's like, I want treats, but I'll accept this too. Hello, Mama. That's a good girl. You're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes. Oh, good girl. Did you see that?
Yeah.
She held on. She's like,
She thought about it. She
She
thought
did
about
think
it for
about
a
it.
second.
She did. She's like,
Wow.
nope, can't do that. I'm so proud of her. Good job. She's like, thank God we're leaving. No. Wait till you guys do that at home. She's like, no, say it ain't so. and she'll be like a little grumpy at first.
Mhm.
But like after a day, she's gonna be like, this is the best ever. Like, yeah.
That is
she's a-
awesome.
She's looking at the
Yeah.
treat bag.
I know. Oh, the mic. I almost forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'll just
I'll let you
take it
do
up. There we
you
go.
Excellent.
All right. I'm sure I'll see you guys soon. It was such a pleasure.
Yeah.
It was such a pleasure. Bye, Mama, you pretty
We're gonna
baby.
walk by here next week.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to live up here as much as possible, so I'm sure I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and next weekend I'm here next weekend. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yay! Awesome.
Good girl, Stella.
Okay, well, good luck.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
No problem. Take care, guys.
Bye.
No.
Oh, good. Daddy's got, let's do this. Perfect.
Alrighty.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Take care, guys. All right, folks. Okay, I'm going to swap this so I can see the screen now. Hold on. Hey. All right. So that was the first live training session I've done on YouTube. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure it doesn't. There we go. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I was kind of hoping Gracie would come, but it's very rainy. So, I'm so glad you were here for it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope it gives like a good insight to a lot of the, I'm gonna be doing this more and more often. I have another client lined up. We're gonna do another live. Oh, you just got a puppy! Congratulations! Pictures of Gracie. Yeah. Can I send photos on here? Hi. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out if, oh, dang it. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to send a quick message to Gracie's mom, finding out if she wants to come and make a cameo appearance. All right, sorry about that. Oh, send pictures on Discord. Ooh, I will do that. I have an awesome before and after photo of Gracie. Oh, toast. I came halfway through. I wanted a dog one day, but my mother says 3 cats is more than enough animals in one house. That's fair. I've had 3 cats at one point. It's a lot. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of stress for an older cat. But yeah, I will send the photo on Discord. So I have the coolest photo, and it's the day I got Gracie. Okay, she's not coming. It's pouring rain, no worries. Excuse me. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Gracie. Okay, I'll show you guys in Discord. I have a photo of the day. She's looking at the same person, by the way, which is now her future mom. Like, so the day that I got her, her now owner was walking by, and Gracie gave her the most F you look I've ever seen. The dog was like, back off. Like, she was like, and then a month late, not even a month, I think it was like 3 weeks later, 3-4 weeks later, we did another, she took another photo of her, also looking at the same person, and it's night and day. Like, the first photo, she's like, "Rrr." The second photo, she's like, ah. Like, it's super cute. And she's a fluffy German Shepherd. And yeah, oh my God, I love her so much. And it's so funny. So like, as you guys can tell, I'm at an RV park, and it is a family park, and they allow dogs and things like that. And Gracie's basically like the park mascot. There's several places that like several people have like an actual chair for Gracie by their fire pit. It's adorable. They're just like, oh, Gracie's here, give her chair. And like, she has a designated spot, and she has to go see all her people. And she's got like the sassy tail and the butt when she walks. Like, she's just so happy. Like, oh, I'll send you guys photos in Discord. But I love Gracie. She's one of my favorites. Oh, Zebra, don't forget for you to remind me about tails. Oh, honey, I'm not the person you should be asking to remind you of things. Woo, perimenopause got my brain all messed up, guys. But yeah, oh man. But yeah, I really hope a lot of the stuff that we covered, being able to see it in real time makes more sense. Like, I hope you guys noticed I barely touched her leash. Right? Like, I would, like, most of what I was doing. Okay. And Angie, could you remind me? Oh my God, that's so funny. Sorry. You kill me. But yeah, that's what I mean by controlling the dog at a bit of a distance, right? You're not having, like, I see these videos of these people messing around with the dog, and I'm like, bro, like, you're scaring the dog. Like, they calmed down because they're scared you're gonna murder them. Like, that's why they're so chill right now. But once they get their bearings, they're gonna be even worse than what they were before. But with how calm I was and everything, right? So I mean, just so you guys know, this will be uploaded to the channel, so you can watch this once it's done. Once we're done being live, it'll upload, no problem. You can watch from the beginning. There's Gracie's mom. Carly Thomas is Gracie's mom. Hi, thank you for joining us. Yeah, sorry guys, it's very rainy. I wasn't sure if she had her car with her or not. I think she's probably stuck at our friend's lot. Yeah, you'll come live another day. There we go. Thank you. I'll take a look at the Isle of Dogs TV show. A lot of people have been referring me to that. But yeah, a lot of times when people are training, they use blanketed methods for every dog. Some dogs need a little bit of physicality. It is what it is. But we don't have to be as intense as a lot of other people make it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be as intense. And most of the methods to get the dog to listen to you in the first place is without force. Is you're like, hey, pay attention. I'm going to stand in front of you. I'm going to keep moving in front of you until you look up at me. You know, I once did this for like 5 minutes with this dog. I'm like, you're going to look at me eventually. And the dog kept looking away and trying to move away, and I just kept moving in front. And I didn't say anything. I just kept the treat by my nose, moving in front of the dog. And then finally, I love when they sigh. They're like, oh, what? What do you want? And I was like, good baby. And I gave him a treat. They were so annoyed. The dog was like, oh. And this has happened to more than one dog. Like, there's been several dogs that just get so annoyed. They're like, oh my God, what do you want? I'm like, exactly, for you to look at me. Here you go. It's like, and then they keep doing it. And I keep doing it. And I'm basically annoying the crap out of this dog. But they learn that I'm more stubborn than they are. So when they learn that I'm more stubborn than they are, they start paying attention. Because they're like, I'm not going to win. So I guess there's nothing I can do about this. And so now that they start paying attention and they realize that I'm not being ridiculous, I'm not being over the top, and I understand their rules and boundaries as a society. Dogs have their own society. They have their own rules. Like I said, they're not used to humans respecting those rules. They're not used to humans even knowing those rules. And so when a human expresses those rules, they're shocked. They're just like, who taught you? You know, for all my nerdy friends out there, it reminds me of Voldemort. Where he was like, you speak it. Yes, I speak it. That's exactly what this reminds me of. Every single time I work with these dogs that are not used to humans respecting their boundaries or even acknowledging that they're trying to set a boundary, like the human doesn't even clock it. And that's like my favorite thing. And so through communication, we're able to communicate, right? We're able to get through this, right? I'm going to look down. Hold on. I put it out there that I struggled not to do parallel training with my girls while you worked with Stella. I could feel the training vibes through the screen. That's amazing. I love it. And I mean, the advice that I gave for Stella is pretty standard. It's pretty standard advice for me. It is a very calm way of reprogramming your dog's nervous system, right? That's essentially what we're doing. We're calming down her nervous system. We're reprogramming what triggers the nervous system to be overactive, right? And it's through life. How we live matters, right? How we live helps to dictate to the dog how they should feel at any given time. Okay. Okay, my dog keeps getting these bald spots. Oh, that sounds like a heat rash. Talk to your vet, because it can be An allergy, which, by the way, the number one allergy for dogs is chicken. So if it's an allergy, or if the environment that they're in is too hot, if it's too hot in the environment, remember, dogs don't not shed, dogs don't sweat. So because dogs don't sweat, they don't have the same capabilities to calm themselves down and cool themselves off the way we do, right? When it's hot. So if your environment is hot, your dog's probably overheating and it's causing those heat spots. So I'd be conscientious about that. What you could do is try taking chicken out of the diet for a few months and see if that helps. It might help. Do I have a little? I think I'm getting phantom feelings of rain. I'm like, it's not leaking. What's going on? So try that first. See if it's an allergen or the weather, or the temperature of the house. Toast cat. I have a question about a dog I barely remember from my childhood. All right, let's do it. My brother got a Dalmatian when he was a teen from his friend. We named him Shiloh. Very nice. And I remember he never went upstairs. Why? He's probably scared of the stairs. Some dogs are scared of stairs. They don't know what to make of them. They don't know what to do with them. And really, that is where you coerce with a little bit of force. When you're going, be like, nope, we're not afraid. We're going up and down these stairs. I spent about 10 minutes, 15 minutes doing nothing but going up and down stairs with a dog. I mean, one time it was even longer than that, where I was literally just going up and down stairs for forever, over and over. And then I think the next day, the owner was like, oh my God, they just ran up the stairs. I'm like, yeah, because we did it 50 million times. So, exposure therapy. I am huge with exposure therapy. It works so well. It works well for everybody. Now we want a controlled situation, right? We don't want to just, good luck. Like, we want a controlled situation when we're doing exposure therapy, but exposure therapy works really well. Do Clifford the Big Red Dog 2021. If you could put that put the request in any of the YouTube channel comments, we regularly scan it and we add it to the list of all recommended movies. So if you put it in there, we will have it, and then it's based on popular demand. However, and I think I've had a few people mention Clifford, but again, because it's by popular demand, put it in the comments, and that way it'll tally it up automatically for us, so we can add it to the list. My dog keeps getting balls. I just did that. Yeah, so it could be overheating and diet. Ultron, hello Ultron. I must be stubborn to win. This shall be the battle of stubbornness. The battle between my queen and I will be legendary. I think your queen might win. Hi people, I was asleep when it started. No worries. It'll be uploaded quickly after the live, and you'll be able to see it later. So it'll stick around. Don't worry. What is dog's number one allergy? Chicken. Chicken is pretty much the number one allergy. That aside from seasonal allergies. So like aside from like grass and ragweed and stuff like that and pollen, because dogs they are allergic the same way we can be allergic, right? So pollen allergies, but in terms of food, I think chicken is the most common allergy. Other than that, pollen, very common. My dog always gets extremely nervous during storms, pacing around, scratching, panting. Is this normal, severe weather? It is normal, but what we want to do is we want to communicate with them that it's not a big deal. So what I would do, and I've done this before, is anytime there's a big storm, I'm like, yay! And I get really excited, and I start playing with a toy. And then I toss the toy to the dog, and we start playing. So every single time there's a storm, I get excited, and we start playing. So same with humans. The nervous energy and the anxiety that you feel is the exact same process, and it's the exact same feeling as when we're excited about something. It's just the context in our brain is different. One, our brain tells us that this situation is scary, but this situation is safe, but the reactivity in our body is exactly the same thing. Same with dogs. So whether they're good excited, bad excited, the part that matters is what their brain thinks it is, right? So if they're anxious, scared over a situation, and you tell them, no, it's not scary, it's happy, fun time, that anxious behavior doesn't go away. It just converts to being happy instead of scared, right? So by inducing pain, Jesus, where did that come from? And inducing play. Woo, this is why you can't take me literally all the time, right? By inducing play, it changes the way that your dog views the storm. So eventually, every time there's a storm, your dog's going to grab the toy and be like, it's playing time, let's play. And now your dog is perfectly happy. Or the other one that you can do, and this is something I've done as well, is every single time there's lightning or it's really rainy, I'll yawn and pretend to sleep. I'll be like, and like over dramatically just like pretend to fall asleep. And what this does is it literally shows your dog you're not concerned in the least. They're like, I'm not concerned whatsoever. So much so, I'm so unbothered, I'm sleeping. So to them, like sleeping during something that should be scary is the ultimate sign of you're fine, right? So yeah, zebra. Ironically, I don't know if it's actually ironic, okay? But my bully mix is hyper excited when people come to the door. So we get a delivery a couple times a week. So she has to deal with being in place. Perfect. I love that. That's exactly the perfect. Yeah, because like the only way you can train is to have that situation occur multiple times. So if it only occurs like twice a year, that's not enough. That's not enough instances to train your dog to behave however you want them to behave, whether it's sitting in place or going to the crate or just ignoring the door. Like, but we need to practice, right? So that's perfect. Ordering a few things just for the practice is fantastic. I absolutely love it. And you're all welcome for all the thank yous. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm working my way up. Oh, they found a treatment for the tumor. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's hard. Oh yeah, Gracie's scared of the cool air return vent. There's a part in the hallway. She's like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. She will not go down that hallway. I'll chase you over a chicken nugget. Oh my God. Chicken nuggies. Even dog, yeah. Dogs, kids, we all love chicken nuggies. My dog is a bit aggressive, only when they sniff her butt. What a sassy baby. She's like, no. But she's like, boop them in the head with their tail. I love when they do that. They're just like, boop. I remember my mom's solution was to have the dog sleep under the stairs, and we put blankets there. I mean, whatever works. He was basically alone. Aw, that's cute. I mean, it's not a big deal when they're sleeping. They're just sleeping. They're asleep the whole time, so they'd rather have your attention while they're awake. I've had a couple dogs who were afraid of the basement stairs. Yeah, they were the ones with the open back. Oh, I hate the open backs. Oh, I hate the open backs. Yeah, I'm not a fan either, and I'm a grown-ass adult. Oh my God, I can't believe I missed Ultron's comment. Welcome back, Ultron, from Church and Store. Catching up with chat will be a challenge. Yeah, that's what I'm like, oh my God. Okay, yeah, I'm getting there. Why are dogs allergic to chicken? So, fun fact, if you overly consume something, after a time, your body can accidentally, I don't know how to explain the exact function. Okay, so this is extremely layman's terms. Okay, as far as I'm aware, your body will start to label certain foods or certain things that you're exposed to for over long durations as toxic. And so what happened was, because especially in dog food and in kibble, we pretty much only use chicken as the protein. For so long, dogs were only eating chicken that their bodies started to register it as an invasion. And so it started to treat it as if it's a foreign object in their body that they got to get rid of. So that's why the allergen response. And so that's why the chicken is, because it was just so widely used in kibble, and kibble's being such crap for the most part. Like, it's gotten a lot better for sure the last 10 years, 20 years, but it, it's still crap. At the end of the day, it's still kind of, but yeah, so that's why it's chicken. So I usually like to recommend fish because it's very healthy. And the likelihood of having an allergen to fish versus chicken is much lower. But yeah, so that's why. My mini American Eskimo puppy I had, she seems to be one of those who need to be taught fetch. Yeah. Partially because I'm not eating much at the time, but my parents, she just stared at balls. So, like, understand, guys, that a lot of dogs don't know how to play fetch. Like, that's something humans taught them, right? So, and if the dog comes from a long line of working dogs, they're not usually like played with in the same way that we play with like pets. You know what I mean? So yeah, sometimes you got to teach the dog how to play fetch. So, man, the skeeters are already out. This is crazy. Someone give my queen a chicken allergy. Oh, Tron, you crack me up. Lime art. Oh yeah. My neighbor's dog was also allergic to dogs. And the dog's feet got itchy without anyone knowing, and she literally nearly bit her foot up. Holy camole. Oh my God. That's okay. That went from like really funny to really scary all in once. Wow. Gracie's currently passed out on the deck. Aww. Oh, poor male people. Storm Rider. My two huskies love storms. They would hear thunder, run to the door, and want to sit in the covered porch to watch it with me. I love that. I used to do that too with my dog. We would just hang out watching the storm together. I love it so much. Never got to make a stream before. I love your videos. Yay! Hi, Lotus. Welcome. Hopefully you'll be able to see the beginning once this gets uploaded. We did a whole training session with Stella. She was actually really easygoing. I thought she was going to be worse when I saw her, but it was still good. It was still really good. Inducing pain. Does lady have a Dom secret? Don't lie. I don't induce pain. So I think you're really trying. That's a stretch. Oh, why do people gotta take things to a weird place, man? Like, come on. My dog is a bit aggressive when another dog sniffs to a bed. Please help. So that's a dog that's very selective in the dogs that they hang out with. Okay, so that's a very dog selective dog. Here's the problem, is that there's probably body language that your dog is exhibiting that you're missing. So unless I can see the body language to pinpoint it to you, what to look for in order to either correct the snappy behavior or to keep her calm, that's the only thing. I got to see it. I have to see the behavior in order to know. Because then otherwise I'm guessing blind in the dark. So that's the only downside with this gig, is I have to see it with my own eyes. Otherwise I could give you very bad advice and I don't want to do that. So I'm really sorry. I know that's never the answer anybody wants to hear, but I got to see it. So can dogs be allergic to fleas? Yes, most creatures are actually. Flea dust is and the saliva. Yeah. Yeah, most of us are. She's been napping under the couch in the storm. Oh. Oh wait, yeah, no, that's just a repeat. Okay, sorry. I was like, another dog under the. Oh my God, sorry. It's been a tiring day. Roar, few and not even so far down the chat to the time where I wrote catching up with the chat is a challenge. Yeah, right? It's like 20 minutes later. Oh my God, that's so funny. The queen doesn't want to go outside. Is it raining there too? Bray Bray, I want to try wet food for my dog, but he gets diarrhea every single time he eats it, and dried food's unhealthy, so I don't know what to do. So here's the thing. Canned food is not good either. So if the whole reason you were going to go for canned food was because it's better, it's not. It actually can cause gum and teeth problems. I do not know wet food. There are decent kibbles out there. There are some decent kibbles, you know. If you're truly concerned, I would say go to a nutritionist, like a canine nutritionist. I'm personally a huge fan of raw, but there's also a way to do raw, so kind of tricky. But I mean, there are some good kibbles. So when it comes to kibbles, my rule of thumb is make sure the first 2 ingredients is a protein. So as long as the first 2 ingredients is a protein, you're usually fine. It's they'll use a lot of, like, understand that a lot of the carbs they use is pretty much sugar once they're processed. So you want to see a lot, if they have a lot of beets and root vegetables, that's excellent. Also, I'm a huge fan of fish and fish oil. You can put fish oil on the kibble as well with a little bit of water if you're worried about hydration. But definitely tripe and offal. So if you're ever concerned about your dog's digestion, allergies, whatever, add a little bit of tripe and offal to the kibble, mix it up. Excellent for them. Excellent gut health. So that's something you can do. Just go to a butcher, get some tripe and offal, mix it up in the kibble. You'll be fine. But yeah, the wet food is really, 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 really bad for their teeth and their gums. It can rot their teeth out. So I know, you can't win. You just can't win. She chose her mother over me. Zebra. My herder's mix storm exposure was interesting, so I found her while I was working camp trip. It thunderstormed twice during that week, and we were in the tent. Then within a couple months, there was a hailing thunderstorm back in the house, so me and my roommate at the time opened the door and sat at the threshold watching the storm, so our dogs would walk up to us. And when they did, we would grab one of the ice chunks for them. Excuse me. So Maddie cuddled with me and chewed on the chunks of ice during that storm. And since snowstorms have bothered her, oh, I love that. See, again, positive, turning it into a positive, right? Positive association with what we're doing. Can a husky learn mathematics? I don't think so. I don't think. It's a good question, though. I gotta say, I don't know if it was genuine or not. It sounds like it was genuine. The thing is, I'm not entirely sure if they have the mechanisms for that. What they have the mechanisms for is sequencing. So they would memorize the sequence, but I don't think they would actually make the calculation in their brain. That's the difference. So, for example, if you had cue cards, and this is why intelligence tests are difficult to make with an animal that can't talk to us, because we don't know if it's memorization or they're able to actually compute the problem, right? The way that we compute. And so if you show them cue cards, 1 + 1 = 2, they're not going to start doing maths in their head. they're just going to see this cue card plus this cue card equals that cue card. So when you do that a few times and then you ask them and they pick the number, they're picking it out of sequence. Now, if you then showed them 1 plus 8 equals, I highly doubt they're going to put 1 plus 8 together. They're going to be like, what was after 1 plus 8? You know what I mean? And that's memorization, not computation. So they're not computing the math the way we would. They're just going through the 1 plus 1 equals, you know what I mean? They're going through the stages of memorization. And I think that's, now, if there was going to be a dog that was going to be a mathematician, it would most likely be like a border collie, maybe a German shepherd, like highly intelligent. What's that little dog? Dang it. Oh, man. Dyslexia moment. Jack Russell Terrier. Jack Russell Terrier would probably. Some of the really, really, really smart dogs, if that was going to be a possibility, they would probably be the ones that would be able to do that. So. Oh, I'm glad she didn't know how to play fetch, but she does meow. How can I get my 89-pound lab to be better at being nice to people coming home or coming over? You know what's funny? We just had our whole training session about that. So what I'm going to say for Ivy is when I'm done on the live, wait for the video to be uploaded and then watch it, because that's exactly what we covered with this dog. So then you'll be able to watch the video and understand everything that you have to do and why. So, yay! Hopefully it helps. I want to give my dog wet food. Oh, I already saw that. Okay. Where are you? I'm in Toronto. So, well, I live in Toronto. I am currently in sort of limbo right now in between two cities in Southern Ontario. Not too far. I'm only like an hour and a half to 2 hours from Toronto. It's not too far. But yeah, but like mosquitoes were out like the beginning of the season. It was crazy. I was like, y'all are just waiting to come out. That's why I have this screen room, because I hate bugs, but like they come in every now and again. They get in. Yeah. Amanda, my small papillon is obsessed with eating grass. Yeah, I call it flossing. That's fair. He never seems to have a reaction to it, but just curious if this is okay for him. Yeah, totally fine. Totally fine, especially the thick grass. They love the thick grass. Totally fine for them. Actually, in a lot of cases, it either helps with digestion by passing through, or helps with digestion by coming up. Sometimes if like a dog's not feeling so great and sometimes animals will force a vomit up to make them feel better. And sometimes it's because they don't digest grass very well, but there's no harm in it. Like, unless the grass is treated with certain harmful chemicals, obviously that's different. But just plain grass, yeah, go ahead. Let them go to town. I had a dog who didn't know how to play with toys. We tried to get her to play, but she wouldn't. But when we would come home or when she was excited, she would go and grab a random toy and hold it. Yeah, that's because when they're excited, they want to bite things. And they know not to bite you, but they know they can bite the toy. So that's excellent. And if she did that all by herself, I'm very impressed. That was great. That's fantastic. I do that all the time. Redirect to a toy. Redirect to a toy. It's great. It's fantastic. What do you suggest for someone who wants to babysit dogs because not of having their own and the only jobs he can get are at a grocery? Girl. And again, I use this gender neutral. All right, folks. Just like dude. Like dude and girl for me is universal. And bro. Rover. Rover's great. Yeah, like no one's expecting you to be a real professional on Rover. Like they know most of you are just like regular people at home that want to doggy sit. So I would totally go for Rover. And the best part is the the 20% paying is not the best part, but they do have insurance coverage for you and the pet owner. So you don't have to worry about any legalities or waivers or anything like that. That's the nice part about it. Yes, you have to pay 20%, but you don't have to pay all that other stuff. And it can cost pet insurance for boarding. Oh my God, it's so expensive, guys. Like, it can cost like $1,000 a year. Like, it's a lot, man. So, yeah. What are my thoughts on the 2018 film Show Dogs? I did not watch it. But if you would like me to watch it, go in the... actually, wait. This would probably be it's in the comments here. I don't know if that counts. Go in one of the videos and put it in the videos. We're collecting all the requests from the YouTube videos. What are your thoughts? Oh, wait, I already read that. The dogs induce pain by begging for food and make you feel guilty for being greedy. Oh, that's funny. Have I seen the movie Pig? Yes, I have seen the movie Pig. It's about a pig that learns to herd sheep. I love it so much. Ba review. Is it like ba? Right? Is that a ba review or ba me? Right? Man, I forgot it. But yeah. Sheeps be true. Sheeps be true. Ba review. That's it. Ba review. Yeah. I can't believe I remembered that. Damn, that was a long time ago. Wow. I have so many things I want to talk about. I feel you. But what I could say is training my snakes puts training dogs to a whole new light. Yeah, for example, how normalized most aggressive force is with dogs. Yeah, it's okay. Two things that drive me nuts. One, excessive force, regardless of the dog. And two, forcing every dog to try to be trained with food. That drives me nuts. Like, I hate that the recommendation when someone's like, my dog's not food limited, your response should not be starve your dog. There's other ways to train. Like, you don't have to starve the animal, because if they're only going to listen to you when they're starved, that's not them listening. That's not them paying attention. That's them being forced to pay attention because they're starving. They still have that really hungry feeling happening. And now they're associating it with you. And that's a bad association to have. But when we find the dog's motivation for that dog and then use that motivation, that's what gets them to be motivated. That's why we call it motivation. So yeah, those were hands down. Those are the two things that definitely drive me kind of crazy. Frozen carrots. Yeah. Also, Chinese cabbage. They love anything crunchy. Anything nice and crunchy, for sure. How do you introduce a cat to a dog? Okay, because my dog tries to eat the cat. Geez, especially because it's a kitten. Ooh, so your dog has prey drive over the kitten. That's tricky. So usually the happy mix is kitten with full-grown dog. But if your dog has prey drive, here's the thing with prey drive. It depends on what level of prey drive the dog has. If the dog has extreme prey drive, you're going to have to segregate them forever, because you guys got to understand, prey drive isn't just a whimsy thing that like kind of sort of is a thing. It's a very big thing. It takes over their brain. Okay, you need to understand this. A dog that's super food motivated. Okay, let me see if okay. So we have the other. Let's see this. Okay, how it works. Your dog is chilling, mind their business, right? And something goes by. The second this happens, your dog's current consciousness shuts down, and a new one takes over, which is the hunter. And the hunter is like, "Where is it? Let's get it!" And that's it. The hunter goes, "Let's get it." And it is zeroed in on anything that moves. And if that thing moved, it's going for that thing. And that's your kitten. So your kitten is just doing its little thing, and your dog's brain gets overridden by the prey drive and insists on catching that thing that moved. And that's the trouble with having a very high prey drive animal in an environment with other animals, because it's really, I don't want to say it's impossible, because there's certain circumstances where it might be able to be trained out of. But it's very tricky. Especially without me meeting the dog and without me seeing the environment. It's tricky. Normally, what I would usually advise is that the dog is on a leash and collar, and you have the kitten, and you're holding the kitten so the kitten's not running around, so it's not causing the prey drive for the moving around, right? It's the moving that causes it, right? So keep the kitten with you. Let the dog smell the kitten, right? Make sure someone's there to control the dog. And just every day, a few times a day, let the dog sniff the kitten. Let the dog sniff the kitten. Let the dog sniff the kitten. After enough times, when the dog gets familiar with the kitten, okay, maybe they can hang out together for a minute while you're there, while you're monitoring the situation, right? If the dog shows any signs of going after the kitten, keep the kitten in your arms. And you may have to do this. This might take months, but at least both of them are going to get used to, this is the time where we sniff each other, and that's that. And then the idea is that the dog gets used to the cat so often that it doesn't trigger the prey response. When the cat moves, the dog sees the cat, and it's like, oh, it's the cat. But it has to be able to identify, oh, that's that. It's not a problem first. So we don't want the cat wandering around. It's going to trigger that overlay, right? So keep the kitten beside you first and let them interact slowly and carefully. Like I said, it'll be a slow process, but it'll be an effective process. So hopefully that helps. They see pics and symbols, but they don't register numbers the way we register numbers, if that makes any sense. Ooh, marshmallows. Bro, that's a lot of sugar. Just so you know, for your dog, that's a lot of sugar in one go. Careful, especially with a palm. I hope it's a tiny marshmallow. Missed 45 minutes of training. Don't worry, it'll upload. You'll be able to see the whole thing. Don't worry. Watch the TV show Wishbone growing up. Oh no, I did not see that. I think I saw like you know when they did like commercials for the TV show, but I never actually watched it myself. Oh, I already saw that. There is bugs under the Storm Rider's awning. Ooh. Fun. There is no bug. Well, now I'm confused. I'm like, there is or there isn't bugs. I don't understand. I'll go and come back later. Okay, bye, Wolf. That was probably a long time ago. My dog does that. He used to be very mouthy, but now he'll correct himself and grab a toy if he gets so excited. I love that. My 4-year-old dog play attacks my 8-year-old dog. The 4-year-old bites and pulls the other one's leg. My older one hates it and growls at him, but never corrects the behavior himself. So that's a very common way for dogs to sort of play fight, kind of like you know, the little ones like being bothersome. They'll do that. They'll go after the legs, and then the other one's like, "Get off of me!" And like it's just it's like siblings, right? The younger one's bugging the older one. Madison, I taught my cat how to sit with ice cubes as a reward. See, I love this. You found out what your cat loved, and you used it as a reward system. Brilliant. I love this. This is great. I haven't finished this comment yet. He loves to play with them. I wouldn't give him one till he sat perfect. Now he sits all by himself when he wants a cube or he wants anything else. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. More people need to train their cats. People don't realize they can train their cats. You absolutely can train your cats. I've trained every single one of mine. So I've tried to correct the behavior, but when my young dog gets in play mode, he doesn't listen to any advice. The younger one gets plenty of exercise. He loves fetch. In play mode, he doesn't listen. Oh, so it's actually, you know what's funny? If you missed the video, once this is published on my page, look at the video, because the advice that I'm giving for this dog is actually the same advice I'm going to give you. You want to regularly practice just having your dog stop, sit, look at you, and then earn food, play, and affection. So if you're playing fetch, just point to your nose quick and then throw the ball. And you don't have to do it every throw, every 3 throws, whatever. But periodically, we're just going to be like, you're going to stop, you're going to be calm, and you're going to look at me, especially throughout play, okay? And what this does is it sets an expectation that at any given time, I'm going to tell you to be calm and focused. And so because we're doing this throughout the day, random times throughout the day, remember, for food, play, and affection. So if your dog is like, I want pets, or you like, I want to pet my dog, sit, watch, smush, smush, no problem, right? So throughout the day, the dog is learning to control their nervous system, right? So as time goes on and they're practicing controlling their nervous system, now when they start getting a little too jazzed, you're like, whoa, 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 settle down. They're used to it because you did it before when they weren't as jazzed. But you have to train them when they're calmer first in order to train them when they're more jazzed. So it's like a pyramid. You're slowly going up the pyramid. The peak behavior is what we want to get at, but we got to do the foundational stuff first. So we do the foundational stuff so that this stuff works, right? So hopefully that helps. That is my biggest, I don't care what problem you have with your dog. If you have your dog earn food, play, and affection, and all you got to do to earn it is just sit and watch, and then you give them the food, you give them the toy, you pet them, you would be amazed at how different your dog will act, how much calmer they are, how much more they respect you, all these things. Like, so much is going to change, and it's such a tiny thing. It's such a tiny, tiny, tiny thing. It drives me nuts that, like, no one seems to know this. I feel like I'm gatekeeping, but I'm not. I'm like, and no one believes me. They're like, it's too easy. I'm like, I know it's easy. Why aren't you doing it then? If it's so simple, why aren't you doing it? Anyways. Bah, ran you. To your clan, your fleece, your wool be true. Yes, yes. Bah, ran you. It's really fun speaking like a lamb. Or sheep, sorry, sheep, my bad. How do you introduce a cat to a dog? I think I already said that. Yeah. Yeah, she's going through all the messages, be patient. Exactly. I'm like, I'm going as fast as I can. Yeah, they can have Chinese cabbage. Sweet. Laura, you got caught up for congratulations. Your reward is, I don't know, hopefully find something else. Oh my God, I love it. Prey drive is like when you wake up happy when your other personality comes out because you realize that you're going to have rude coworker who always says something negative. I mean, I don't like those people, but roar like a doggy. That's funny, roar like doggies. I would compare prey drive more with you are just chilling and your coworker looks like your favorite pizza freshly made. After all, it's not anger. No, it's not anger, but it triggers an aggressive response. Because you got to understand, prey drive is a hunting drive. Prey drive is, I see it, I kill it. Like, it's not a Mickey Mouse thing. It's a very lethal thing. Like, it's a lethal behavior, and it's a behavior we encouraged. So that's why, like, you know, that's why you got to be very cautious, because the behavior is in and of itself very aggressive. Killing an animal is a very aggressive move, but it's also normal in nature, right? And so a dog killing a bunny, a dog getting a bird, it's all perfectly natural. But when we have multiple animals in the home, We can't have that. We can't have that, right? So that's why we got to be very cautious and careful with it. Madison, I have a German Shepherd mix who loves to play. Good, good, good. And we have a downstairs neighbor who had a smaller Spaniel mix. And when they met the first time, he flipped her on her back and nudged her like a toy. Oh my God. Some big dogs have no chill. I hope the dog was okay though. Like it was just like for funsies, right? Like nobody got hurt, right? Okay. I just saw that. Yeah, it didn't actually bite her. Okay, cool. Oh my God, that's so funny. All right. Okay, good. All right, good with the marshmallows. If my dog is a boss type, so the one above general, how do I help him stay calm around massive dogs? He's protective with the big breeds, especially if they're hyper. Okay, so when you have number one boss dog, that means in order for this dog to even come close to believing you, to listening to you when they're afraid, things like that, because that's really when we need them to listen to us, right? Is when they have big feelings. Everything's fine when they're calm. It's when they're not calm that's the problem, right? So you need to be a very somewhat strict leader. Same thing. Have them earn. Oh! Gracie's here, guys. Sorry. We're going to have to continue. Gracie's here. Hello. How's my baby?
Go on then.
Oh, come on in. Hello.
So just to clarify, there are no bugs on Storm Rider's deck.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Let me hook up the second mic so they can hear you as well. Here you go, girl. I'll just there we go. Hi, Mama. Oh, she's like someone else was in my area. Hi, you're not gonna give me any love? Hello, pretty baby. Where's my baby? You good girl?
I've been sleeping throughout the storm.
You have. You've been getting a nappy nap. You got your nappy nap. Hi, there's my baby. There's my baby. Oh, up the cooch, of course. Hello, Mama. Hello. Huh? Good girl.
And the play bow.
And what do you want, bellies or butt? What are you doing?
Both.
She's like, both. Oh, God, you're so wet and gross. She's like, other side? Oh, you're so silly. You big silly mama. Yeah.
She was dry until we left.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, and she, I don't know if, let's see if we can see. So Gracie performed surgery on herself. Grace, come here. Girl, can you see that spot there? Mama, hey, fluffy butt. Come here. Oh, she got a toy. Did you find the toy? So right over here.
Grace.
Hi. Come here, Mama. I know, you got a toy. She keeps going. Why won't you let me see that side of you? Here we go. So see that little dot there? So she had a cyst. And then one day she just pulled the cyst right out of her body. And it was like this perfect little hole.
Get your pickle.
Oh, where's the mom? There she is.
Grace,
You got your pickle? Where's your pickle?
Gracie,
Where's the pickle?
get pickle.
Good girl.
Get it. She doesn't hear your screamer.
Yeah, and she's smelling all the dogs. I've had a lot of dogs in here since she's been here last. She's like, there's too many dogs in here. This is supposed to be my place. That's the problem. Is that
she
every
knows Yara's
dog
in the trailer.
Pardon?
Is Yara's in the trailer?
Yeah, Yara's in the trailer. Yeah. Every dog that comes over is like, this is my house. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. It was hers first.
Yeah, it was hers first. Right, lady? Oh, that nose is right up in that carpet.
Yummy.
All the smells. Let's see some of the comments here. Okay. Oh wait, I was in the middle of. All right, leadership. Yeah. So you want to be very strict leadership. Honestly, get my book. It's only $10 on my website, borntobewild.ca. It has a whole chapter on leadership, especially for dogs actually that need strong leadership. Okay. That's Gracie, for example. Gracie needed very strong leadership. She needed consistent leadership. That's why I chose this lovely person to be her mom. I was like, I know the perfect person for this dog. Because, yeah, see, she's great. Look at her stance. She's calm. She's stern. I love the body language so much. And it allows Grace to be a goof. So this is the thing people don't realize. Your very stern, strict dog, under the leadership of a strong leader, and a strong not meaning aggressive, strong meaning I got rules and boundaries and I'm patient and I'm safe. That I'm good at making sure that everything is safe, everything is good. You could trust me on my judgment. That's what we're talking about. When they're in the presence of that person, they can relax. They can truly relax. And oftentimes they'll revert to puppyhood. So this girl is such a goof. Right? Isn't she just a big goofball? She's the sweetest baby.
Get a ball. Get a ball.
Under weak leadership, she becomes reactive because it makes her nervous to be around someone who can't let her know or make her feel like she's safe. It comes down to if they feel perfectly safe, right? The reactivity is because they're not feeling safe, right? So especially a dog that's nervous around a 70-pound dog, that they're like, I don't feel safe around this dog. Okay. Both of us are not qualified for this. So the dog kind of gets nervous. But when you act differently, the dog is like, I think you are qualified to tell me what to do and to tell me what's safe and not safe. And as they see you act like that and verify that you're in fact, yeah, you're right. I said it's fine and everything is fine. And then they just chill. They chill out. They stop being reactive. When I was working with Gracie, we would walk by and there was a bunch of dogs tethered in front of one of the trailers just barking away. And I just turned to her and I was like, sit. And she just laid down and chilled and looked at me. And I started talking with these people while the dogs are barking. And they're just like, I can't believe Grace isn't moving. I'm like, yeah, because she knows I got it. Right? And then I'm like, I got this. It's fine. She was fine.
Gracie spent 15 minutes today with the dog barking and laid down behind me.
Oh, way to go, baby. See, and you can see her body language, right? It's consistent. It's strong, but she's not being aggressive. She's just being very focused, right? And that allows Grace to be in, people are always talking about the masculine and the feminine. We're talking about the leadership and the goof. It allows the leader to be the leader and the goof to be the goof. Right? And that's what we want for our dogs. We want to see the goofy baby come out of them and their personality.
Because she wasn't when you got her.
She was not when I got her. She had very big feelings, and she was taking possession over her humans. So she was taking possession over people, guarding them from people, guarding them from everything, right? Now nope, she's fine. Right, Mama? She's a good baby.
She's just happy she's in your screen room.
Yeah, she's just happy she's here at this point. Oh my God. Hold on. What was this comment? Did you know people make clothes out of dog fur? Shingora, it's called.
Did they want some of Gracie's fur?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want some of Gracie's fur?
She was
I wouldn't
a
be
short-haired
surprised.
shepherd.
I wouldn't be surprised at least. I mean, they shed so much. Like, oh, but wait, are you talking like pellets? Like they're taking the whole thing, or just from shedding? Because, like, bro, why do you need to? This is something I don't understand. Like, most animals shed, so why not just take the shedding? You know what I mean? Like, free. Anyways. Oh, thank you so much, Vivian. Just wanted to say I appreciate you're able to read all the comments and address people's concerns like you do. Oh, thank you so much. I try my best. I definitely, I'm trying to like scroll because I'm like, bro, this is there's just so much. Oh, there's everyone saying hi to Gracie. So I'm definitely skipping over some stuff. I'm sorry, guys. Because I am going to have to skedoodle soon.
I say, is Writer still watching the goof? Is Storm Rider still watching the goof?
Oh gosh, I wasn't. I think so. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of people.
since we left her.
I think so. There we go. Now my bully mix is joining with the guilt trip.
Bring it back.
Oh, the guilt trips. That's so funny. She is cute. Isn't she adorable? She's so cute.
Sit.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to let you guys just watch Grace for a sec. I got to pee. And I'm leaving my mic.
No, you're not going with Yara. Sit. Yes. So yes, Grace was a very timid girl when Laura first got her. And that was 3.5 years ago. From the streets of Egypt. Now she go get it yourself. Now she just wants to be a goof all the time. And she's been sleeping for the last couple hours from the rains, and she has tons of energy to burn off. Sucker. Laura did leave the phone further away, so I don't know if people are saying anything. Oh yeah, ball playtime, 100%. Grace loves her balls. When we first got her, she didn't know how to catch a ball or catch anything. Now she will pick up sticks on our walks and drop them off at people's sites, thinking that they would like a present from her. Some people get more sticks on their sites. Other people get less sticks. But whoever her friends are, she will always drop a stick normally on their site at some point throughout the season. Grace. You can catch that one better. There. Good girl. Sit. Hey. Good girl. That was a good catch. Can you show your pretty smile?
All right.
Oh, we're smiling now for them.
Oh. You're giving them a show, are we?
Oh, she's giving a huge show right now, Laura.
You being a little ham?
We were just discussing her stick drop off.
Oh, yeah. That's so cute. Oh, yeah? And then what happened?
And then I dropped the sticks at people's sites. Whoever my friends are. And the crazy goof that she is.
I like read. There we go. Oh, she's so smart. She's so smart.
Our toys at home, she doesn't know the same with Laura's toys, but our toys at home, I can say, go grab flashlight, and she will grab the flashlight.
Yep. Actually, in one of the videos, I think I had mentioned a dog with zero training found a lost dog's neighboring dog.
Oh, yes.
That's her. She's the one.
It found Chewy.
Chewy, that's right.
Chewy the beagle.
She literally was like, go find Chewy. And she friggin' found Chewy in the middle of a ravine.
Out in the country.
Does Gracie know how to drive? Oh, John, you kill me. Honestly, if there was a dog that could learn how to drive, it would be her.
I have taken the squeak ball away.
Okay. That's a good question. Woo! Good girl. Good girl. There you go, mama.
Nope.
How old is she? Is she 4?
So I've had her for 3.5 years.
3.5 years.
And we were thinking she was 6 months to 8 months when you got her.
I think she was about 10 or 11 months, maybe.
So
Yeah. so
probably
just
4.5
4 and a bit. Okay, yeah.
ish.
Just about 4 and a bit, yeah.
Watch.
The dog finder.
Oh, you're focused today.
My grandparents have a dog who attacked a small. Aw. She let go when they called her to him, but they decided to punish her by having us take away her toys when we got home. What? That's crazy. So, okay, we're going to discuss punishment. Punishment doesn't work with dogs the way it does with humans. Unless you correct in the moment, they're not going to remember why. Like taking away their toys when you get home is something you do with a kid, and the kid will understand why. It is not something you can do with a dog. A dog will not understand why. A dog will just be like, why are you taking the toys away? And you can't tell them it's because you did something an hour ago. Like it just doesn't work that way. They're similar to kids, but they're not the same as kids, right? Like their brains don't comprehend that. So we're not really practicing any training. This is Gracie. She came to visit me, and I just wanted to show you guys her. She's one of my favorites, and she knows it. And I just love her so much. So she's just here hanging out with us while I read some of the comments. Here we go. There we go. How do you train my dog to be less scared of fireworks? So start off by playing noises. So start off by like maybe on the phone or TV playing the noises they're afraid of, and then start playing a game while the noises in the background are going off. And then when it happens in real life, continue the same game. So then they associate playtime with that sound, and eventually they'll stop being scared of it.
Storm Riders.
Everyone must have Gracie take over the YouTube channel. She's adorable, smart, and a hero. Ability for great chaos. Oh, she does have the ability for great chaos. Oh my God. Woo!
Sit.
Oh man. Even I didn't understand with my toys were taken away and I'm human. For real. Oh God. Yeah.
Gracie is one of the cover pictures, though, too. So
that's true. She is on one of the main cover photos.
Hey,
she's the one where I have no hair, and we're doing this. So, I'm not gonna lie, I do miss not having shaving off my head, just for the convenience of it all. I just didn't like the appearance of it, though. Should we put Gracie in How to Train Your Dragon? I think she would be stronger than Chicken, and Chicken is the strongest character in the show. That's so funny. Gracie is the valid main character. Yep, absolutely.
She thinks she is.
Yeah. Such a good girl. And see how she's so good? She waits to see where the ball falls first. She doesn't just jump for it. This is why we do impulse training as well, so that they don't destroy your whole world trying to get the ball. I remember last time I was punished for doing something and my toys were taken away. And then I resorted to taking toys from school. Kids will always find a way. I was like that too. I was like, oh, you think you're going to pull a smart one over me? That's not going to friggin' happen. Gracie is better than Hiccup's leg. I tried telling them that their dog attacked the other one because it was small and probably looked like a rabbit.
Do you want this one instead?
They kept blaming her for having attacked the dog. It was because they didn't train.
Lord.
Well, hold on a minute.
Did you know she's playing with green toys right now?
I know, that's so weird. Especially since she can't see the color green.
No, but remember, normally she won't touch green toys.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so anytime there's a green toy, she normally will not touch it.
Interesting, but because it smells like other dogs. She's like, well, if other dogs play with it, it must be safe.
Which one?
She's like, I'm so indecisive. Okay, so Madison, I'm gonna be a little honest with you. Okay, hold on. I think I'm missing something. Was the little dog off leash and ran up to your dog on leash, or was it like they were both off leash? Like, what was the situation that your dog even got to the small dog? Because I need a little bit of context first. Can Gracie be the next Wishbone? Oh, that's so funny with the little costumes. That would be adorable. Although she's not really a fan of costumes. But hi, Mama. I know. She's like, I don't know what to do with myself. Yeah, did Mama just leave? Good girl. Good girl. My favorite thing is I taught her how to play by herself. So when I was really exhausted, I was like, just go play by yourself. They had just gotten this dog and she was stressed as well as having prey drive, but they don't train her in general. Yeah. So, okay. The big dog or small dog doesn't. Anyways, yeah, training definitely. And especially if your dog is the one with prey drive, you have to take full responsibility unless the other dog is off leash while your dog is on leash. There's nothing you can do about that. You can't control an off leash dog, but it's your responsibility to keep your dog on leash, and it's your responsibility to communicate with other people. Like, say they're walking towards you with their dog, be like, no, not friendly. That's all you can really do at the end of the day. What were your favorite Wishbone episode? I think there was a misunderstanding. I never saw Wishbone, so I don't know. Sorry, guys. Get away from me, stupid bug. Both off leash, and my grandparents' dog was on the small dog territory. The big one came around the corner and saw the small dog, then attacked her. Okay, so if the big dog was in the small dog area, then it's the big dog's fault for going after the small dog. What's the big dog doing in the small dog park anyways? Are animal trainers and animal therapists the same thing? Not really. So here's the thing. I don't know if I would call any behaviorist a therapist. And if someone called themselves an animal therapist, I'm hesitant because that's not like a real job title. But I mean, people make up job titles all the time. But essentially, there is a difference between a trainer and a behaviorist. There's also different behaviorists amongst behaviorists. So, for example, I would be considered just a behaviorist. But there are veterinarian behaviorists, for example. There are also here's the thing with when you start getting into certifications, the only real certification is a veterinarian PhD behaviorist. Full stop. Okay? Full stop. There are academies. There are different places that you can learn to be a dog trainer, but there's no actual certification that's recognized by any like scholastic body. Now, here's the problem with when you're looking at people with degrees, when it comes to canine behavior especially, none of them are tested in real life. None of them, as far as I'm aware. I think there's maybe one or two specialty courses that you can take with your program. So if you're already going into getting like a PhD or something, there's a factor where you're taught in person and you're tested in person. But the majority of them are not. The majority of them are simply taking a written test. They submit a piece of paper with like the name of the dog. So here's the thing, the paper can be easily forged, right? So you can make it up. You can make up their names. No one's checking that you actually did the work. That's the problem I have a problem with. And then you take this test And so now this person that really doesn't have any real life experience, has never received in-person training to be a trainer, to work with reactive dogs, and has been told that there's only one way to train, which is food motivation. I got some big feelings around that. I don't like that. Which is why I'm going to be working on my own school and my own certification program, because in my opinion, it's not good enough. It's just not. And when you get all these people pushing for a lot of dogs to be put down when they really shouldn't be, I got some big feelings about that too. So it's a tricky industry for that. It's very tricky because there's a lot of people that are scholastic only. Like they will only talk to someone with a PhD or, whatever. But the problem with that, again, is experience, right? Like they're coming from a scientific background, whereas I'm coming from a behavior background, psychology background. And so it depends on what you're looking for, what results you're looking for, what type of strategies you're looking for, whether you want to have medication plus training, only medication, what kind of training you're looking at, right? Like there's just so many factors involved. And it's hard. It's really hard for, in my opinion, for regular owners to figure out which is best for them. I have a funny feeling they got a scoodoodle, so I'll be right back.
I was going to say, she doesn't want to leave, though. She's dug her feet in. She does not want to leave your trailer. But I want to get back before the next rain cloud.
Yes, that's a wise decision. That's a wise decision. Okay, Mama, you be a good girl. Mwah! You be a good baby.
Okay.
Shake it off. Atta girl.
Sit. Wait.
So I guess my answer is there is no be-all, end-all. It's the individual. Find an individual that matches what you're looking for, and chances are you'll find it. Let me turn this off. But yeah, this is one of those industries. There are certain industries you want them to be very, like, I want the top surgeon. If you're doing surgery on me, I want the top of their class. I don't want a C student doing surgery on me, right? But it's different. For example, even psychology, right? Like I've met tons of different psychologists, psychiatrists, and the person that worked best for me doesn't even have a PhD. It's a social worker. They have a social worker certification, but they're better at their job than any of the other therapists or psychologists I've ever met. So I don't care. It's not life or death for me. I mean, well, depending on how you look at it, but it's not literally life or death for me. So do I need you to have a PhD in this? No, I don't need you to have a PhD in this. Do I need you to be good at what you do? Yes. And so I think that's where we got to check in with people and their certifications. Because the other thing too is, if you come from a well-off family, I don't trust that you got your degree on your own. Especially I just don't. Like, it's just so many people that come from money have bought their certifications or their degrees or whatever, and that also ticks me off. So I'm like, so it's a complicated answer. I've met some really good veterinarian behaviorists, and I've met some horrific veterinarian behaviorists. Same thing. I met some people. It's you got to find your person. Some people don't vibe with me, and that's okay. And they find somebody else that suits them and their desires and their way of training and whatever. And then there's a lot of people that are like, I've been looking everywhere for you, And yeah, sorry, that was like a very long-winded answer. Oh, well, if you got to go again, that's okay. I'm not disappearing. We're going to be here. Also, Tuesday, we release our new one on Tuesday. In your country, there are official certifications for reptile keeping, and they are horribly outdated. Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like flat out calling any handling abusive and all reptiles untrainable and exclude birds. Interesting. Weird. Reptiles can be, yeah, that's so weird. Reptiles can be trained. The thing with reptiles is that there's a lot of, especially snakes, that aren't emotional, I guess. Like they don't have the same emotional bonding that mammals do, right? And it's really stupid that people base the functionality, I guess, or the intelligence of the animal solely on how much they care about you. Or like, because a snake at the end of the day is like, oh, you're familiar, that's great, but they're not in love with you. They have no, they're not defending you. They're not coming to your aid. You know what I mean? But they're not stupid. Like they can put 2 and 2 together if you do it enough times, right? You do this, this, and this. The snake notices the pattern, repeats the pattern, right? It's pattern recognition. And that's all half of training is conditioning and pattern recognition. So as long as the creature can analyze the pattern recognition, they can be trained within those parameters. It's just what parameters you use that matters. So obviously for a snake, we're not going to use affection training. We're not going to do anything with affection. We're going to use food, and that's probably all we're going to use. And that's fine too. But yeah, it's even when they're trying to streamline their certifications here in Canada, and I hate it because I've read the teaching for, especially for reactive behavior, and I disagree with a lot of it. And some of it is even dangerous. Some of it's going to put people in danger. And how do you disagree with it? And it's like the school's already in place. The classes are in place. The scholastic information is in place. And nobody in this industry agrees on anything. So I'm like, oh, well, this is going to stink. And it's dangerous when you're working with reactive animals. You don't want to, especially people are way too nervous. They love the idea of it until they actually get a dog trying to bite them and attack them and legitimately coming after you and getting you. Like, you need to know what to do in those real life instances. Perfect example. I've had numerous times a happy-go-lucky dog being upset that I'm trying to boss them around and will just clamp onto my arm. Now, most people's knee-jerk reaction is to pull their arm out. Well, the problem with that is now you're going to cause a problem. Now it's a hospital visit because the second you go to move, automatically the dog's jaw clenches down. Automatically. Okay? So even if it's your pet, they might accidentally chomp down on you even harder, piercing into the skin. Their intent wasn't to pierce you. Their intent was to tell you to go away. But because you moved, they double down, and now it's a problem, and you're pulling away, and now it's a torn problem, and now it's a big problem. You got to go to the hospital. A trained professional knows to sit there with, I had a whole husky right there, like, don't tell me what to do. And I looked at him like, let go. And that's all I did. I was like, oh, no, I said, drop it. I just looked at him, I was like, drop it. And he looked at me like, my bad. He was just like, I'm so sorry. And it's stuff like that. Like, like no safety routine in place for these people. Like, it's so scary, man. And I'm really nervous for people who take these courses. I'm not going to lie. Because there's so much about reactive training you're not going to be ready for. And remember, you know me, safety first. Everything is safety first. So I don't know how that's going to work. Gracie's diving into puddles. Of course, she's like, on our way home, I'm going to hit every puddle. Splash, 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 splash. I remember when I was 13, I asked my mother for a dog. She got me a kitten. She's 11 now. And I trained him like a dog. I love it. He knows sit, stay, come, spin, give paw, stand, 2 hind legs. He used to do fetch. I love that so much. Oh, I wish more people train their cats, man, for sure. I really wish people change their cats. Pardon me. Can you teach your dog sign language? 100% you can. Actually, fun fact, you can teach your dog sign language easier than you can teach them verbal commands. They learn better with visual than they do verbal. So ASL would be way better for dogs. And actually, some of my best clients were deaf, because the dog has no choice but to pay attention to them at all times. So, and they'll do things like, if they really need to get the dog's attention, they'll like tap on the floor a little bit. So the vibration gets the dog's attention. They'll be like this, and they'll do like the, whatever the command is. And the dog knows to follow. And it works great. Yeah. I actually encourage people, even if they are speaking and hearing, to be silent and use hand gestures anyways. It's a great practice. It keeps them calm, keeps them focused, because in order for them to communicate with you, they have to look at you. Not like, it's kind of like kids, you end up becoming background noise if you talk too much, right? Same with dogs, you become background noise. That's why they don't listen until you scream, right? But if they have to listen the first time, then they'll listen the first time, right? I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, Vivian. Discord's not letting it share. Well, that stinks. The official certification is solely based on 60-plus-year-old material and doesn't get updated, right? That's, again, like, and again, we're only taking a sample size of a very small amount of type of dogs. Like, it's not like we're learning how to work with all dogs all over the world, especially here in Toronto. The biggest problem with Toronto is that we are the #1 most import for dogs in the world. We bring more dogs globally into this one city than anybody else in the world, which is insane. It's crazy. Like, I don't understand why we keep doing this. We have more than enough dogs, and half those dogs probably get put down anyways. Like, I don't know the exact stat, but it's fucking high. And not enough people are doing proper vets. Like, they're not vetting the dog properly. They're not assessing the dog properly. They're also not they're not training the dog properly once they get here. Because oftentimes what happens is they're perfectly fine and totally fine when they're in the yard in a warm country, right? So in a hot country, it's just a giant yard, and that's where all the dogs are and people, and that's it. That's the volunteers are there, and all the dogs are in one big spot. The problem is it's kind of hard to assess the dog in that environment because the dog is behaving based on that environment. Chances are in that environment, there's a bunch of boss dogs that lets them know these are the rules, these are the boundaries, this is how we act in this environment. And the dog is like, cool, this is what I'll do. Then the dog comes here, goes into a home with maybe 1 or 2 dogs. The dogs are normal pets. They could care less. The human doesn't know any better. This dog takes over the house really quickly and then becomes reactive, becomes protective, starts guarding people and things and starts fighting with the other dogs. And this is exactly what happened with Gracie. Gracie was totally fine when she was in Egypt. But because she's a German Shepherd, we try to bring the German Shepherds into the colder environment, right? Now, oftentimes, people in different countries will, their training for a guard dog is basically beat the crap out of this dog until they're vicious. If they're not vicious enough by a certain age, they kick them out and just throw them onto the street. That's what happened with Gracie. When they found her, she was like, they didn't think she was going to make it. They didn't think she was going to make the car ride. She was like seconds away from death. And they got her cleaned up, and the vet caught her in time, and they fixed her up and everything, and she was fine. Problem is, once she come here, this is when we found out she was trained to attack, because all of that training came in. So she wasn't hardcore enough to guard a building or a house, but she was enough for here. So she started taking over the house, guarding the one woman that had her, the foster, was beating up the other dog. Like, it was a whole mess, right? So we had to take her out of that, rehab her, right? And everybody was stranger danger to her after a while, right? So understand that it's hard to distinguish this, but taking responsibility. And here's the thing. This is why I love the rescue. Shout out to the rescue, by the way, guys. It's Dogs Without Collars. They're fantastic. They do take full responsibility of their dogs. Like, this is one of the few rescues I've worked with that takes 100% responsibility of every single one of their dogs. They check in with their dogs, not just like a, hey, what's up? They visit the home of their dogs. Like, they're there's very small self-ran rescue. They're fantastic. They also help dogs spay and neuter in other countries to keep them free, so that they're free to roam. They promote free to roam. So they get vet visits, they get their Bravecto, they get their flea and tick stuff, their heart stuff, they get spayed and neutered. Like they cover all of these things. And so these dogs get to live their best lives, without risking, we don't need to bring them all over. They're perfectly fine where they are half the time, right? So big shout out to that rescue. It's huge. So yeah. Can you trade a bug? I don't understand that. I don't know what that means. Sorry. If you start a dog trainers academy kind of thing, I'd love to join and learn more about how to train dogs so I can start training. Perfect. I did go to school and learn basic dog obedience. Awesome. Yeah. So this is the thing. This is probably something, like I said, probably like 10 years from now, because it's a big project. It's a very big project. And because I don't know the certainty of what's going on with the certification situation in Canada right now, I don't want to get started on it and then have to like redo the whole thing. I also would like to wait before I want to wait till I become a little bit more well-known. I think it'll be easier to start my academy once I have a little bit more, there's more to my name. Right? That's at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's whether or not anyone knows you. If you're not known, why is anyone going to want to take your course, right? So I think once more people get to know me, they see my methods, they see how well my methods work, especially because a lot of the dog training community probably think I'm crazy with some of the things that I do. That's just so non-invasive where it's normally invasive. So, and yeah, it's so we'll see, but it's definitely in the works for sure, but it's probably like a 10-year thing from now. So just as a heads up. Good to know, guys. Hey, trust me, once this academy is up, everybody's going to friggin' know about it. Food is tricky with snakes since they eat less than once a week. So finding rewards for regular training is tricky, but not impossible. Yeah, that's the tricky part. The tricky part is finding something to be consistent enough with them. Usually training snakes takes a lot of time, but also you can use heat. So temperature, you can use temperature to train them as well. So you can get like a hot rock or cold rock, and you can train them with the rocks. So you can check that out as well. So temperature matters as well. So you can train them with little things like that in their enclosure. I dig the sword out on your arm. Do you happen to have a dragon tattoo? I do. I do have a dragon tattoo. It's on my back. And I do have it's upside down, but I have sort of like a phoenix. I wanted to have a phoenix on my leg, but he royally messed it up. So I'm not showing you. It looks like an angry chicken. So I gotta, not anytime soon, because I plan on doing a lot of stuff and I need time to heal from a piece that big. But yeah, it's Xena Warrior Princess. Yay. Okay, Roar. Okay, hold on. Am I not? Breadless favorite. Okay, I don't know. Reward is getting out onto the balcony on sunny days. Oh, okay. Got it. Oh, yes. Sunbathing. Zebra. Both my dogs have had signals for everything. Perfect. Herder mix. Yep. Watches my hand. And when we're stores, because I communicate just doing a couple of fingers. Yes! I love it. Exactly. Yeah. Oftentimes dogs will usually follow you around everywhere. At one point I had like 3 cats and a dog following me all over the house. Don't listen when you repeat. Yes. Oh my God, Carly, that's a good one too. When you're training your dog, don't sit there like sit. Oh my God. Okay, you only need to repeat the word often if you're teaching the word to your dog. Once the dog knows the word, stop massively repeating it. Because then you're being annoying. Because then the dog is like, oh my God, get a grip of yourself. You're being so bossy. Like, ugh. Right? Like, they're very judgy. So you want to be like, sit. And then just stare at them and have the hand gesture as well. Wait for them to sit. Just stand there and be like, we're not going anywhere and we're not doing anything until this happens. And then when you act like that, they listen the first time. It's when you don't act like that. You're like, sit, dad, dad. And you're moving around and doing all the dog's like, I'm not listening to this person. Right? You wanna look the part, you know? Do I have any pets? Currently, no. And this is on purpose. So the last of my pets were 2 cats. Obviously, I had lots of pets before that. But the last 2 were cats, and they passed away. My dog passed away, I think, like 4 years ago. And 4 years ago? Something like that. And the reason for it, the reason I don't have animals anymore is, one, because I was taking in rehabs, especially aggressive dogs. So I was taking in a lot of aggressive dogs, and it's kind of hard to train when you have, it's, you know, I'm in an apartment building. It's not a house with a big backyard. So it's kind of tricky when you have a reactive dog, when you have your own dog at home, because the other thing too is dogs can pick up on bad habits. And I don't want my dog picking up on bad habits, especially barky habits, peeing habits, whatever it is I got to deal with this other dog. So once my dog passed away, plus it really hurt my heart, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a step back from ownership for a while, and I'm just going to work on other people's dogs. And then when my cats died, I was like, yeah, you know what? Because there's days I am so tired. I just want to come home and relax. I don't want to take care of anyone. I don't want to have to think about anybody else. I just got to just chill, decompress on my own and do my thing, right? And so, yeah, so that's why I don't have pets. But also I travel a lot, so that's not good for them either. So, yeah. I think when it comes to reptiles, it's safe to look at videos from Snake Discovery. I've been watching them for many years, and they inspired me to take part in animal course in college. Oh, that's so cool. I never actually watched them. So good to know. Thank you for letting us know. That's fantastic. Could you break down recall? I have a 4-year-old lab who's 100% outside. He usually doesn't listen to me when I try to call him. He knows his name because he looks at me through. Okay, so I'm gonna, I'll do a little demo. So first, do this with his food. So he only gets his food when he listens to you. So we will do a little demo. Let's do a little demo here. All right. So let's just say, hypothetically, this is the bowl. I'm going to trip on that pickle. I know it. Okay. So this is the bowl. So you want to have a signal where the dog can, if the dog's outside all the time, you want to have your hand up in the air. Okay. So have your hand up. Let's say the name Sparky. All right. Sparky, come. And so they see this, and then you have the bowl ready here. So then Sparky sees the bowl and you, sits, be like, watch, wait. Okay, take it. Just like that, right? And then when you have some treats, just hanging out with the dog, what I want you to do is just have a treat and just go by the dog and say, Sparky, come. And then the dog is right here, the head's right here, right? And Sparky, come. And then right there, he just comes and gets the treat. We're only a foot away, right? Do this a bunch of times, like 2-3 times a day for a couple weeks, okay? So he's getting it close by. He's getting it close by. He's getting it close by. The whole point of this is for him to get used to being close and receiving these treats when you say, Sparky, come. Sparky comes. And it's right here, right? So the dog is used to coming right to your leg to receive the treat. So this is the habit. So this is step 2, basically. So step 1 is using the food. Step 2 is just using the treat coming in. And now that you've done this for 2 or 3 weeks, when the dog's chilling out or whatever, you then can go, Sparky, come, and have the treat like that. And he knows to come right here and get the food. Now, very important. This is the most important part. Do not pet your dog when practicing recall. Everyone does it. It drives me nuts. Do not, one reward and only one reward. If your dog is food motivated, they only get food. If your dog is ball motivated, they only get a ball. If your dog is pet motivated, they only get pets or praise. One reward, that's it. Because here's the problem. If your dog only wants the food, but knows you're going to touch them, that's now a deterrent. They're like, no, I don't want to go. You're going to touch me. You're going to touch me. Get away from me. I don't want you to touch me. And so why would they come to you if you're just going to touch them and it bugs them, right? But if they're like, if they know you're not, they're only going to get food, then the dog's like, yeah, food. And that's it. That's all they think about is yay, food. But if you pet them, it's going to mess it all up. So hope that helps. What is your dog's favorite thing? Oh, there you go. Yep, motivation. She's been through so much. I'm glad she's better. Oh, she's living the dream, guys. She is living the dream. Yeah, and you know what's crazy? So I've mentioned this before. With most aggressive dogs, within about 20 to 30 minutes, I can walk them. Voluntarily, by the way, not like wrangling them and whatever. Be like, no, like I'm just there. I'm telling the owner, put the leash in my hand. And the dog sees the owner put the leash in my hand. I look at the dog and I'm like, we're going to go now. And I just walk. They're just beside me. And I'm like, like little tiny corrections of the leash with my wrist. Nothing crazy, just a little bit so that they feel it. The point isn't for them to feel it, but them to feel that there is a correction with my tone. And because they need to know that I'm safe when I correct them. So by having a tiny correction with a stern voice, they're like, oh, this person is safe. They're going to correct me in a safe way. And that's very important because the whole thing is trust, right? It's trust building. They got to be trustworthy with you. You have to be trustworthy with them. So, yeah. No, that's a bad way to find out that she is a guard dog. I found that out a few times. Use the motivation you think will work best for your dog. If you think that your dog would appreciate food more, if the dog like pulls away from you, it's not affection. Let's do that. That's the easiest way to figure it out. If you go to pet your dog and they do this, or they pull away from you, it's not affection. It's something else. Yeah, Dogs Without Collars is amazing. You guys should definitely, they're fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic. Okay, have you tried calling his name? Running in the opposite direction. No, because that entices a game. So now when you call the dog, they think you're playing, and they're playing keep away. What if that dog then plays keep away? It'll go against you for that. Sorry. Oh, there's Carly. Yeah, yeah. They did regular check-ins. Yeah, they were so great with her. They were constantly checking in, seeing how they were. He was visiting with her and the dog. Like, they're honestly so amazing. It's great. So I love that you do know that you're turning it into a game. The downside is that it's turned now into a game. So it can work against you when you really need them to have recall. They'll be like, oh, we're still playing, and then they'll just F off. So be careful with that. I like your goals, Laura. Build a YouTube channel, gain fans, start Discord server, have all of us join and tell us about school. Now we all want to join. It's working. Oh. You'll have a waiting list a mile long. Hey, oh, that would be great. Because, like, you know, it's been an interesting experience for me. I think this happens with a lot of people. You get sort of imposter syndrome, especially at the beginning. And because I'm not out there hiring other trainers, I don't know who I'm comparing myself with, right? So, but you get enough people telling you that they've had 3-4 trainers and they all said their dog can't be trained, and they're not trainable, or you have to shock them, or you have to beat them up, or whatever it is that they're advising. And they're like, look, you're our last straw. They're like, if we can't make this work with you, we don't know what we're going to do. And every single time that's happened, the dog has ended up being great. We were training and the dog wasn't reactive anymore and all this kind of stuff. And it really makes me realize that I'm doing a good job. That I do know what I'm talking about. And now I'm like, well, now I'm only one person. Like, what's going to happen when I retire? And it's like, well, I want my techniques to be passed down to the next generation, right? So that's something I'm really excited about, is giving this knowledge out to more people that can also help people and have them take over other schools and stuff like that. And I think it'd be a wonderful, wonderful experience. And hopefully some of you guys will be some of my first students. That'll be absolutely fantastic. And we'll have this really great way of, a bit of a different way of training dogs, especially reactive dogs. We need more specialists in reactivity. There's just not enough that are good. There's a lot that are in the industry, but in my opinion, a lot of them are crap. Like, I've met a few that are good, but most of them are crap. And it's very sad, in my opinion. I wish more of them had better resources for it, right? Because you can't necessarily blame them if there's no resources for anybody to teach you. But anyways, that's the main reason for my school, is I want to pass down my knowledge and my techniques and things like that. Especially because I've had way too many people be like, I've never seen anyone train like this before in my life. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe that's why it's working. I don't know. But yeah, it honestly, guys, like, I love you guys. I love doing this. I'm really excited for whatever happens in the future. It'll be great. Animal magnetism. Yeah, basically. The more fun you are and the better the bond, the more likely they will come to you, and the more often they will get reward for coming to you. Yep. We're sorry for your loss and we appreciate your sacrifice. Oh, thank you. I mean, I don't know. I guess the loss is in my pets, but they lived very good lives. Another game is when they're near is tossing a treat for them to get it. Then they come back and they get another. Then the game starts over. Both my girls love this. Oh, that is a good game. I like that too. Especially like hiding treats in the home for them to play hide and go seek with food. That's also great. Your dog is scared of going through my dad's bedroom door. Interesting. I'm more interested in the fact that they don't want to go through the threshold of only that door. Unless it's just a dog that's nervous around men. That's also a very possibility. But also if the room looks scary, like if it looks daunting and scary, because remember that sometimes they have like kid brains too, right? So if it looks scary, they're like, scary room. It may have nothing to do with the fact that it's your dad's. They just might be like, scary room, stranger danger, and run away. Oh, Queen isn't her real name. You know what's funny? I just sort of knew that. Like, I just knew you called her Queen, not as her real name, but as like a nickname. Unless you're being sarcastic again, I can't tell. But hey, bit of a new subscriber. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The Ringmaster. Glad you were able to watch my live. Perfect, me too. I'm so glad. So I don't know if you caught the beginning of my live. Once it gets uploaded, you'll be able to see it. But the live is an actual training video. So the beginning of the video was me doing an in-person, very first time dog training session. So I hope you enjoyed it. What was the dog's name? I already forgot. Sorry, I already forgot. I don't remember. It was a cute lab, though. I feel like Millie. I'm like, no, I don't think it's Millie. I don't remember. I don't know. This is, yeah. Okay, the ringmaster. So I have a Chihuahua that is pretty great. The only thing is that he has some pretty serious separation anxiety. So even if I go to the store for 5 minutes, he's howling. Okay, hands down, crate training. Hands down. Crate training is the best way to relieve the dog of separation anxiety, and it gives them like a fort to hang out in. So when we have a fully enclosed crate, and you don't have to get them a super tiny one, you can get them a bigger crate, like, but have it completely covered with a fitted, you want a fitted cover, okay? Make sure it's not too hot. We don't want the dogs overheating in there. We want to make sure that it's a nice cold room. I mean, with Chihuahua, it doesn't have to be too cold, right? They did grow up in Mexico, but we just don't want them to overheat, okay? It can be very, we want to be very conscientious of the temperature inside the crate at all times, okay? This is safety first, because a dog can overheat, and you know what I mean? So we don't want to, safety first. And then basically 10 times a day for 2 to 3 minutes, you're just going in and out of the room. Don't look at the dog at all. Look at the ceiling, go in and out of the room. And then you do watch before you let the dog out. Let the dog out. Do not touch the dog. Do not give them any attention whatsoever. And continue for another minute, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You do this combo 10 times a day. It's only 3 to 4 minutes tops for about 4 or 5 days. And then you start leaving a little longer and a little longer. And then you actually leave the house and come back and leave the house and come back and leave the house and come back. Within 2 weeks, bye-bye anxiety. And they'll be totally crate trained. You're welcome. Hope that helps. My family dog, a Doberman, she is a big sweetheart, but is a bad walker. She pulls so hard, even my dad and brother can't walk her, even when she chokes herself. Okay, so for that, I would recommend either a gentle leader, which goes around the nose and you control from here. A martingale collar, and the martingale has to be high up, super, 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 super high. Or if you're going to use a prong, because I'm very strict on how you use it. Hello again. And they're doing their rounds, Gracie again. So if you get a prong, I'm going to show you how to use it, because there is a specific way to use it so that you don't hurt your dog. Because the goal is, again, we don't want to cause pain. We don't want to cause fear. The goal is focus, okay? So my little Mary Poppins bag here. All right. So okay. Now, the size matters. A Doberman's head isn't that big. You don't need these big honking things, okay? So there's different sizes. For Adobe, I know everyone uses these big honking things. For the love of God, you don't need that on a Doberman. Their neck is what, this big? Come on. So I use the little ones. So these are 2.25 millimeter thickness, and this is 3 millimeters thickness. Okay, that's the difference. So these are the little ones. These are just the little ones, okay? Not the super, super little, but little. So we only need the little one. Don't need a lot. And I would rather you have more prong than chain. In my opinion, that there's too much chain. So what I usually do is I'll grab a zip tie and make these smaller. So make the chain smaller. And you use the thick loop. So the likelihood of your leash coming undone is very slim to none, okay? Now, so make sure you fit it, right? And it's relatively tight. You should be able to still have your finger underneath it, okay? So you should be able to have 2 fingers underneath 2 prongs. And it should be, but we don't want it sliding down. So if it slides down, definitely too big. The reason we don't want it too big is because it'll actually harm your dog. Ironic, right? Everyone's like, oh, I don't want to hurt them. I'm like, the irony is you trying not to hurt them is exactly how you're hurting them. So what we want, I have to adjust that. So what we want is we want these to be underneath the jaw, okay? So when this is tight, it doesn't actually harm me. So when it's up here, I can talk, I can drink, I can whatever, it's fine, right? Because my trachea is down here. So when the collar goes down, now I'm gonna hurt my throat, right? But when it's up here, I can move around, I got lots of room, and it's not damaging my throat whatsoever. But what it is doing is it's applying a little bit of pressure. So when the dog is in control of the pressure, not me. Okay, so once we're in a good spot and I'm like, cool, this is where I want you to be, I'm going to just keep my arm perfectly still. My arm's going to be slightly bent, right, in case they pull, but really they're not going to pull much on this thing. And you don't move your arm, period. The dog is in control of the tension. Also, don't make it too tight. I don't want your dog walking like this. You know, like the dog should be able to turn their head around, and look down a little bit. They should have a little bit of room, okay? But by your arm not moving, it's allowing your dog to figure out what parameter and how far is comfortable for them. So at first your dog's going to move forward and this and that and the dog's going to try to figure out how to get out of this, and they can't get out of it, right? So then they'll be like, all right, well, there was a tiny bit of pressure. Well, I don't like that. It's discomforting, right? It's not painful. It's just annoying. And they move this way. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that's annoying. But then when they walk right beside you, they're like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. I feel like I'm not really, it feels like they're walking on air. They don't feel anything almost. So then they start to choose to just simply walk beside you. And understand that certain breeds have been trained with these kind of devices for so long that they're what we call collar smart. So half the dogs we end up putting a prong on, we only need to walk them on a prong for like 2 weeks, and then the prong just has to be on them and they'll walk on a harness. So we're not even using the prong, it's just on them. And then we'll just attach their leash to the harness or something. So it's not even like something that has to be permanently done, right? But again, using it properly is very important, because obviously if you were going to be an asshole and yank the sucker, yeah, you're going to have some problems. You're going to hurt your dog. But that's not the life that we lead. We're leading a very calm life. The goal is for them to focus on this instead of everything else. So they're more focused on the pressure. And so then it gives them the brain something else to do other than try to fixate on something else to lunge at, to go after, to fixate on, right? They already have something to fixate. As long as they have something to fixate on, it keeps their mind busy. And that's what keeps them calm during the walk. So it's also sort of like a calming tool. It's something to give them to focus on. It's not, like I said, most people see these things and they think of all the assholes that came before that used it as a punishment tool. You can use almost any tool as a punishment tool. You can use a gentle leader as a punishment tool. You can use a harness wrong. You can use a collar, especially standard collars. You can absolutely use them wrong. Choke chains, 100% against. You should never have anything that doesn't have a stopper on it. This at least has a stopper, even though I even said, I don't like how much chain this is. This is way too much chain. It's too much. It can get too tight. I don't like it. The tightness should only be tightened maximum. This entire loop should be no more than 2 inches. It should not be adjusting more than 2 inches, in my opinion. So that's why safety first. Make the chain smaller, right? So that your dog doesn't accidentally hurt themselves. So if you make this smaller, they can't hurt themselves. It's just uncomfortable, right? So make the chain smaller so that they can't really pull that much in the first place. And yeah, so, and guarding dogs usually walk very, very well on these, just because historically they have been walked on things like that. So, but you don't need the big honking things for a Doberman, all right? Like, come on. So yeah, I hope that helped. It's a good idea not to beat up your dog. Perfect. I'm glad you're copying my techniques. We want to be safe, right? I still remember the first rule. I remember nothing. Honestly, best rule. The best rule is always, I know nothing. I don't know what it is. People think like you stop learning. you never stop learning. Your whole life, you're still learning things. Like, you're not born with all the knowledge in the world. You know, like, you have to accumulate knowledge. This is something that has to go on forever, right? Like, as much as I'm doing in dog training, you best believe I am constantly finding new ways to do things in dog training. I'm constant, like, there's videos, and because, you know, you can only imagine what my social media feed is like. It's all animals, and I am constantly learning. I'm constantly learning new techniques. I'm learning new treats and food, and like, I'm just constantly learning. Like, it's an ongoing forever thing here. So, yeah. What are your thoughts on Scooby-Doo? Surely you've seen the show at some point. Yes, I did see the original when I was a kid. I liked it, but I had a hard time. I have a hard time with whiny voices, and the whiny voices and talking. If I felt like you were talking down to me, I didn't like it. And some of the ways that the character spoke felt very talking down to the audience. And I clocked that as a little kid. And I was like, I don't like this. You're talking down to me. Like, I was very offended. Little kid me had some big feelings about that. So I was like, stupid show, click. But as an adult, I don't remember enough to have an opinion. Is there a good and bad way to phase out the treat part of the dog listening to commands? So first of all, you never want to phase it out for a recall. Recall is treats forever. You're rewarding forever, because that's something that's a safety thing, right? We need that to be on point. Otherwise, so then what you do is you just start doing every other one. So every other command, they get a treat. And then do that for like 4 or 5 days, maybe a week. And then every third, and then every fourth, and so on and so forth, until you no longer need treats whatsoever. Now, if your dog will only listen to you if you have food, then you're just going to have food every time you give them certain commands. Or you introduce leadership. So the leadership training that I had mentioned, again, it's in my book. It's available on boardtobewild.ca. And yeah, leadership training for sure. I know one YouTube active dog trainer who trains with positive reinforcement, and that's Victoria Stillwell. I haven't seen anything. I didn't get too deep down into her stuff. Like I said, I'm not here to compare myself to other trainers, especially other famous trainers. I don't need that beef. I don't need that beef. There is so much of that online already. There's so much trainers versus trainers just shit talking each other, and I don't like it. Even if I disagree with certain things, just because I disagree with one or two things that a trainer might do doesn't mean that the rest of it is shit. Like, you know, and I've said this before, like some of my trainer friends, there's certain things that they think is total bullshit that I do. And I respect that. I'm like, I get that you don't agree that that works, but I've seen it work. So I don't know what to tell you, right? We agree to disagree. I don't get offended, you know, that they don't like it. I'm like, I understand where you're coming from. And both of us know that it has nothing to do with harming the animal. It's not going to harm the animal whether I do it or not. It's just that they disagree with it. And so that's fine. Just like I disagree with a bunch of people. But it doesn't mean that just because I disagree with one or two things doesn't mean the rest of your training arsenal is shit. Right? But that's why I don't want to get into it, because like, what's the point? We live in a world where everyone just wants to shit on everybody. Everyone's just like, fight, 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 fight. And I'm like, I don't want to fight. Go away. Leave me alone. Bring me cookies. Like, I'm just like, let me eat some bacon in the corner alone. Go away. I don't want to get into this. So there's a show called Dog Impossible on Disney. Why does that sound familiar? You should watch I'm going to look that up, actually. I need a good TV show to binge. What do you think about the show called It's Me or the Dogs? The trainer's name is Victoria. Oh yeah, that's exactly who we were talking about. Victoria Steinwell. I'm not discussing other trainers. I won't discuss any trainers in specific. I don't mind being vague about being like some trainers do this and some trainers do that, but I'm not getting into specifics. It's not going to do anybody any good. It's simply not. So I'm sorry, but I'm not going to give an opinion on any other trainers. Yeah, you just said that is Victoria Stillwell, yeah. I'm also curious about the dog not wanting to go in that. Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, we're all like, oh, what? The dog you trained in the live was called Stella. Thank you. Funny fact, once upon a time, I was watching a dog competition on TV and asked my queen why she can't do all the things, and then proceeded to put on a human talent show and asked why I couldn't do that. That's good. Why does my bully mix love napping under my computer desk? Because it's warm and it's by you. So it smells like you, it's hot, and they love napping. Oh, you're so welcome, the Ringmaster. I'm sure it was a while ago. I don't remember what I responded to, but you're welcome. We also have a Lavendor. She's sweet. We can walk her without a lead, and she recalls really well, but we didn't teach her this. But I did teach her to sit at roads, which only takes 2 weeks for her to learn. Good. That's awesome. I love me an easy dog, man. That's great. That is so great. Thank you, Angie, for all the links. I appreciate it. I put the boss on a huge chain. Some of boss priests. I remember one time the lady who used to drive me to school, not my mom, okay, spoke about the dog she used to have, a Rottweiler. She said he got so big that she had to use choke collars on walks, but never pulls. So this is the thing I don't really understand. If a dog isn't pulling, why do you need a choke collar? Unless, again, the dog is collar smart. But here's the thing with the choke chain. Nothing about the design other than the mechanics of it getting tighter around the neck helps you walk your dog. So that's why I'm like, and again, I just don't like the idea that it goes all the way. It can go all the way. You know what I mean? It's the idea that if they lunged hard enough, they could choke themselves out. That's what makes me nervous. And especially with bull breeds, makes me very nervous with bull breeds. Rottweilers, if they have the elongated snout, it's not too bad, but it can be really concerning with especially when they're stubborn and they plant their feet down. Like I've had to do CPR on a bully that I tried to convince the owner. I'm like, you're going to need a harness for this dog, front clip, because he's gonna choke himself out. And it was crazy timing. She's like, no, he'll be fine. And I'm like, I don't know. And like, I think it was like 20 minutes into our training, he hunkered down and started choking himself. And he started foaming and everything. It was a very scary, and it happens very quickly. This is the thing you don't realize. It happens very quickly. And so I had to perform CPR. It was the first time I ever performed CPR on a dog during a session. And luckily, immediately after, she's like, okay, we're going to the pet store to get that harness. I'm like, don't worry, I will size it for you. We'll make sure it's perfect fit. And she threw the collar away. And that it's just the fact that it doesn't stop. There's no stopper. I don't like anything that doesn't have a stopper. If it can go all the way tight, I don't use it. I don't like them. Slip leads, I don't like them. Here's the thing with slip leads. Too many professionals use them forgetting that they're giving this thing to a normal person. A normal person doesn't have the same reflexes as a trainer. They don't have the same capabilities, the same talent of working with the slip lead. Okay, so you're giving a very dangerous tool to a human being that has no idea how to use it. And that's the problem. It's the same problem with prongs. That's why I educate every single person that uses one. And I wish more trainers would do that with the tools that they give their clients, is to teach them how to properly and safely use those tools. You know, that's the thing for me. I see a lot of golden retrievers with front harnesses. Yeah, because it works quite well with them. I'm thinking by 4 months old for my pup, he'll switch to that. Her pulling is a lot, even at this age. Yeah. Obedience training as well. Understand any problem you have outside of the house is a problem you have inside the house. Okay, your dog is pulling because they don't think they have to listen to you. Why don't they think they have to listen to you? Because you don't exude authority in the house. Again, not aggressive, just authority. You're in charge. You're in charge of the world. You are in charge of safety and security. Your job is the bouncer. You're in charge of security. If your dog doesn't think that you're qualified, then they simply won't listen to you when they go somewhere where it could be dangerous. Because nothing's going to happen inside the house. Everything happens outside the house. So if you are the boss in the house, it makes natural sense that you would be the boss out of the house. But if they think they're the boss in the house, then it makes natural sense that they're the boss out of the house. So same thing, right? So if the dog is excessively pulling, obedience training as well. Okay, so it's not just the right walking tool, but it's also training. What's better in your opinion, collars or vests? You can't compare them. It's like asking me which is a better dog, a purple dog or a blue dog. So some dogs walk better on collars and some dogs walk better on vests. Totally depends on the dog. So there is no one tool for every dog. Doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's like trying to say that every single person thinks the same, which is kind of absurd. We try to do that, but none of us thinks the same. We all have a different brain. And especially for those of us that are neurodivergent, we literally have a totally different brain. A totally different brain. Our brains operate completely differently than a neurotypical. And even amongst neurodivergents, our brains operate differently. Like, I'm the trifecta. I have autism, ADHD, and dyslexia. But there's some people with just ADHD, raw dogging ADHD, which to me is insane. Because at least my autism keeps my ADHD in check. So like my autism is like, bird, boo, boo, da, 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 da. And my autism's like, wait, focus, one at a time. You know, like it helps get my friends with just pure ADHD are just, oh my God. Like you'd think that they're on speed all the time. They're just like, la, 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 like they can't focus. Oh my God. It's just, I was like, oh, this has got to be a nightmare to live with that. Like I thought it was bad for what I had until I realized that, like I was talking to my therapist and she's like, oh no, your autism was like keeping you in check. And I'm like, that's crazy. So yeah. Oh man. I should have not stayed up all night. Sorry, I'm about to get kicked off. Serious. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Keep garlic away from me. I'm a vampire. You're so silly. Bye, Altron. Take care. What's the difference between e-collars and shock collars? The name. As far as I'm aware, they're the same thing. An e-collar is a shock collar. Now there are different types. So there are ones that are beep only. There's vibration and beep. There's ones that shoot a scent, which I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of that, just because their noses are so sensitive in that. I mean, it's better than shock. I'll take a scent spraying in their face over a shock any day of the week. But I personally only use vibration. So I only use beep and vibration, and that's it. Yeah, because I always try a tool. So here's the thing. I took a prong, I wrapped it around my neck, and I went yoink, so that I would feel what it felt like. And my skin and my nerves, I'm also very sensitive. My nerves are right on the top, like very sensitive nerve endings, okay? So if this was going to hurt, I would have, if anyone's going to know if this is going to hurt, it's going to be me. A dog has very thick skin. Their nerve endings are further down, and they have a big fluffy, they have more fur, right? And they have more fat along. So they're going to hurt less. It's going to take more before it hurts, right? But I want to make sure I'm okay with it. And so I did that with the prong. I'm like, okay, well, it was not the best feeling I've ever had, but it wasn't that bad. It's not as bad as people lead you to believe. Let's put it that way. The shock, however, is as bad as I was led to believe. So I tried it. I was working with another trainer that had it. And I was like, you know what? I'm curious. Do you mind if I try it? And they had just got it because they were curious too. And we both decided to never use it. So we got this thing and I put it in my hand. We did 1, nothing happened. 2, nothing happened. 3 was like, zzz, and I was like, it went from 0 to like, holy crap, very quickly. And I was like, no, because I can't use 1 and 2. You can't feel anything. And it went straight to like, holy crap. So I was like, oh, absolutely not. I wouldn't even put this on a dog's butt, let alone their neck. Crazy to me. It's crazy. And the idea that people are using this for just regular training stuff boggles my mind. You definitely can't use it on a reactive dog. You cannot use it. Because here's the thing. They know you're pressing the button. Okay? So, like, you're going to ruin that. Yeah. Good dog names. Can Dragon be a good name for a Doberman? I feel like that's each their own. I like the name Dragon, but I have an extremely hyper border collie. She's about 2 years old. Oh, hi, baby. Yeah, everyone likes the name. We all like the name Dragon. I guess that's what you're naming your dog. Have you ever seen the movie Hotel for Dogs? I have not, but it is on our list. I know it's on our list for sure. Hi. I just found out about your channel a few days ago. I love your reactions, your advice, and your contagious laugh. I hope you're okay. Keep it going. Greetings from Spain. Hello. Thank you. What's the McCain 9145? Hello. Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. And thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. What's your favorite dog breed, either to train or to own? I love my German Shepherds. I think that's also why I love Gracie so much, because I do love my German Shepherds. I think Huskies are hilarious. I also find Chihuahuas to be fucking hilarious. I think they're so funny. They're such goofy, funny little things. And here's the thing with Chi-Chis. If they're trained the way you would train a German Shepherd, they're amazing dogs. Amazing. Highly intelligent, goofy, fun, loving. They're fantastic dogs. Fantastic dogs. The problem is that people don't know that a Chihuahua requires leadership. So they treat the dog like just a tiny, oh, it's small, I can dismiss it. No, like everyone just assumes Chihuahuas are nervous. They're not. They're not. If you go to the city Chihuahua in Mexico, where they came from, they are the chillest, most confident little guys. They're just like, what's up? What's happening? And they're just like, right on the street. They're like, yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm the boss. It's all good. Not a single nervous dog in sight. Not one. You go to North America and all the Chihuahuas are shaking in the boots. It has nothing to do with the dog. It has everything to do with us. It's us as ding-dongs that don't know how to treat a Chihuahua. That's the problem with Chihuahuas, is the human. Regular Chihuahuas, a little bit of training, friggin' amazing dogs. Amazing dogs. So that, yeah, I just wish more people knew that about Chihuahuas. I feel so bad for them because people keep messing with their poor little nervous systems, you know? All right. Am I going to react to the short How to Train Your Dragon films like the Night Fury and Homecoming? I think that's something I'll probably do on the Discord. So we have a public Discord, and then we have a private Discord. The private Discord is like $10 a month. And we watch movies and TV shows. Right now we're watching the TV show How to Train Your Dragon. But that's going to be an ongoing thing where we just hang out, sort of like we're doing right now, except we'll watch a few episodes, 2 episodes usually, on the live after our YouTube live on YouTube. So if you want, feel free to check out the links. Angie sent it out in the description. And we have a lot of fun during the live. So it's, yeah, hopefully you'll join. It's a lot of fun. Zebra, I think it's a fear thing for a lot of owners. Like, I don't have any control otherwise kind of feeling because the dog is so big. Yeah, sometimes I think people are very intimidated and they feel overwhelmed. And I think sometimes too, when you give them a simple solution, it sounds too simple, so they won't believe that it works. So then they don't even try. And then there's some people that want you to swoop in, fix their dog, go home, and that's it. And it's like, I'm really sorry, but that's not going to work. If it worked, your dog would only listen to me, which isn't going to save you any time or annoyance anyways. So it is what it is. The Rottweiler I mentioned before was trained. He was just too big for a normal collar. But I did ask, why not use a belt as a collar? I can remember what she said about that. No, you don't want to use a belt as a collar because, again, if it's standardized and going against the throat, that's what damages the throat, is the standard collar pulling into the throat, right? We want to avoid that. It's kind of hard to keep it up high with a belt. I just went on my first lovely walk with my Corso in 2 years. She's responding beautifully to the new leash training. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Sarah. Good job. Zebra, like my bully mix, she'd probably choke herself out of her collar, but she walks mostly fine in a harness. See, every tool's different for every dog, right? Mild speed is how you fix ADHD. I bet. Speaking as a person with ADHD. I got the tism. Yes, I do. Husky dogs. I oh my God. And I think this is how, like, everyone is of my age group is finding out that we have it, is from our kids. So I don't have kids, but my sister does. And the kids got diagnosed, and then our whole family got diagnosed. And we're all of a sudden, we're like, our whole childhoods make sense. Everything about our lives suddenly makes sense. And so, like, I met with the pediatrician of my sisters, and we had this huge long talk. And I also discussed it with my therapist and did a bunch of tests and stuff. And they're like, yep, you got it. You got the trifecta. I was like, wow, my whole life makes sense now. And I think that's also why I see a lot of things people don't, is it's part of my tism. Like, everyone's like, oh, what's your special interest? Behavior. My special interest is behavior. I love learning what makes humans, animals, anything. Why do you behave the way you behave? Right? I'm like, I'm so curious, like, what happened? And like, I'm basically like dissecting everybody and everything I meet. It's so that's my thing. So yeah, one of us. Yes. My pity mix would also choke himself through pure stubbornness. Yes, they will. The poor babies. Oh, my grandparents had a small dog that had cataracts in both eyes. Damn. She ended up needing one to be removed because the eye pressure was 3 times over the normal range. Wow. That's crazy. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. By the way, Zebra, vibration, it's the same as like a vibrating phone. So if you take the vibration on your phone, it's the same thing. It's just that, and there's some dogs that it relieves their anxiety, right? Some dogs, they feel the vibration, and that's enough to clock them out of whatever's happening and be like, oh, I don't like that. That's uncomfortable. That's weird. It's more like, oh, that's weird. Like, I don't like it. That's weird, right? It rather than, Oh, I didn't know the eye pressure for humans and dogs was this. Oh, I guess it kind of makes sense, but I guess it depends on how they sit in the eye socket and that. Cool. I didn't know that. See, again, I learn something every day. Ha. I didn't know you had dyslexia, autism, and ADHD. Yeah, baby, I got all of them. I got those two. Yay! More autism and dyslexia, I think. My autism overrides my ADHD. Then my dyslexia is sadly high. I relate very hard to that. Oh my God, my autism definitely babysits my ADHD constantly. And then my dyslexia is like, we're just not going to let you remember anything. All the words are gone. It's very annoying. And this is the thing people don't realize with dyslexia is it's not just reading. It's also speaking. This is why I talk so much about it, because people don't understand. So, I'm going to fumble my words. I'm going to use maybe not the clinically correct word, but a word that's close enough to it because my brain can't find the actual word I'm trying to find, which is why word police bug me, because I'm like, you got to give me some leniency here. Like that people need to understand that oftentimes it is very difficult for people with dyslexia to communicate themselves. It's very difficult because finding the correct word is tricky, because the way I describe it to people, think of it like there's like a smooth concrete highway, right? And then there's cobble roads. And you got to run down these roads in stiletto heels. And the one with dyslexia has no balance. And you got to go down these roads. Who do you think is going to get to the end faster? You know what I mean? Like, this guy's going to zoom right past you. And we're still trying to figure out what the word is we were trying to think of. You know what I mean? And it's very frustrating. It is very, very frustrating, because the other annoyance is that people tend to apply your level of intelligence based on how you speak, which I also don't like, because affliction changes that too. So for example, people that were born in a certain region that have a certain accent, people automatically assume they're an idiot because of their accent, right? We see this a lot. People with accents, people just assume you're an idiot because you have an accent, which is so crazy to me. Especially if you have an accent because you speak multiple languages. Like, that's a flex, not an insult. Like, it's a flex to speak more than one language. I think that's a very much certain region problems. But I digress. What do you have to say about basset hounds? I love them. Here's the thing, like, all dogs are great. The question is, does this dog match the owner? That's it. Does the dog match the owner? I have a lot of clients that will call me up and be like, I don't want to F this up. So I'm like, perfect. I love what I'm hearing already. They're like, can you help me? I don't know how this works, but can you help me find the right dog, like through the rescues, and then be my trainer? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. And so I'll go through, I'll be like, what are the dogs you're looking at? And I'll ask them a bunch of questions, go through this sort of little questionnaire kind of thing, get a feel for the person. And then I'll look through the dogs and be like, all right, this one's a good match, this one's not. This one's a good match, this one's not. And then I'll look and usually find a few dogs they haven't paid attention to. And I'm like, you know what? I really like this one. And I really like that one for you too. Check those out. And then they do their thing, they do the applications, they get the dog, and it's always a perfect match. And they're always very grateful. We want to match the people with the dog, and that's the hardest part, because if you mismatch the wrong owners with the dog, it can be problematic, right? Like I've seen this happen too many times, where people's hearts are in the right place. They want to adopt a dog, they want to rescue, they specifically want to rescue, and they want to rescue with a little bit of behavior issues because they want to help the dog. But they've never done this before, and they've never had a dog before. And I'm like, this is not the first time animal you should be. Oh, thank you so much, Madison. Oh my God, it's a little seal. It's so cute. What is it? Oh my God, clapping seal. That's so cute. So when I get these, and I'm always glad when these people contact me first. So I'm like, look, I don't want to throw you into the lion's cage. Let's get you an easier dog, something that's easy. You still have to work with. You still got to train. You still got to do all the training stuff, okay? It's not like you're just going to sit home and do nothing. But it's not as difficult as some of the other dogs. And although some people at first might be like, oh, but I really wanted the challenge. I'm like, but you don't understand what kind of challenge this is. You think you know, but you have no idea. And so luckily, they've all listened to me. I'm very grateful for that. And they get their dog. We do the training. And then they're like, okay, I understand what you meant. They're like, and this is the easy thing? And I'm like, yeah, this is the easier one. And they're like, okay, now I get it. I'm like, right? Not as simple or easy as you thought it was going to be. And so matching the owner with the dog is the hardest part. Because sometimes some people, they get the hard dog and they can't do the training and they just can't be consistent. And no matter how hard they try, they can't be consistent. This also is a problem with people with ADHD, of course. Consistency is a huge problem. They thrive on it, but they also don't. Like, it's a weird, and it's the same with some dogs. And so some of these people have had to give up the dog because the dog just doesn't do well in their care. Like when the dog was with me, he was fine because it was rules and boundaries and I was consistent. And when the dog first came home, it was fine. But then over time, as they stopped doing the training and they stopped doing the homework and they can't be consistent, the dog goes right back to the way it was. And, they have no choice but to relinquish the dog. And unfortunately, this is very common. And it sucks, it's part of crappy things that happen to us. So I don't think there's a single dog that I'm like, ew. I don't think, no, I have that feeling about humans. Does that count? Oh, I love seeing Chihuahuas do scent work. It's so good. So I'm actually going to be recording Beverly Hills Chihuahua tomorrow. It's not going to be released. Oh, it paused briefly. Okay. Yeah, so the first one, I'll be recording the first one tomorrow. Oh yeah, finally. Okay, I'll look it up on Discord. The owner makes the dog does not make the owner. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. I love that. If you were How to Train Your Dragon, would you be a light fury? I don't think so. I think I think I'd be toothless. Truthfully, like that's the analytical and then haha fuck you it's definitely me. It's definitely me. I think and I have very sensitive eyes. I think it's stigmatism, but I have very sensitive eyes, so I think being in the light would be too much for me. I think being in the dark would be more efficient for me. And I don't know, there was something, the second I saw Toothless, I was like, oh, you and me. Like, it was just, like, yeah. I would Toothless and I would bond for sure. Have you seen Pup Academy, which follows a group of unlikely puppies who attend an ancient hidden academy to learn the history of humans and dogs? Oh my God, no, but I think I heard of it. I just didn't have time to see it. I love it so much. That's adorable. I need to look that up. Toast Cat. I am also in the autism club. Yeah, go team. We all share brains. Zebra, my mom refuses to accept that she has ADHD. Oh my God, I've known a few people and I'm like, how do you not think you have this? But yeah, we both agree my grandfather, her dad had it. I point out things he did that she does, as well as things that I do that she does. However, she refuses to. You know what? Some people, they don't want to be labeled, especially the older generations. Like, now, I mean, I don't know how old you are. I don't know if your mom's close to my age or not, but the older generations were like petrified to be diagnosed, because back in the day, if you were diagnosed, you weren't treated or considered like a normal person. It was like, oh, it's one of those people. You know what I mean? Like, it was like that. It was it's not as much like that now. It's much more understood. It's it's much more accepted. But back then, being diagnosed was a huge, big no-no. So that's why I think there's the hesitancy, and your mom's like, I can't accept it, because it would make her less than. And that's not the case at all. But societally, they've brainwashed the older generations that you're not as good as the rest of the humans, or you know what I mean? Like it's just, yeah. Except she can't. Yeah, it's tricky. Madison, have you seen any of the Airbud movies? You mean that? No, either the ones about adult dog or the ones about 5 puppies. There's like 8 movies in that room. Really? If it's Airbus, I haven't even heard of it. If it's Airbud, I have not seen it, but we have those on the list for sure though. The Cats and Dogs trilogy. Yes, that's on our list. Okay, that's totally on our list. Just so you guys know, the more times you recommend a movie on my full form videos, the higher the likelihood that we'll film it the next batch. Just so you know. So if you want to spam the the videos with suggestions, that's how you're going to win. That's how you're going to get it, is basically putting it in all the comments. So, no problem. Can dogs have something akin to ADHD? Yes, all dogs do. So here's the thing. It's not that dogs have quote unquote ADHD like us. It's that their brains work similarly to that of someone with ADHD. So a dog's brain is actually closer to an ADHD brain than it would be a regular neurotypical brain. That's why squirrel. Dogs do it, we do it. Anything that, like, we're very easily distracted. Let's put it that way. We're both very easily distracted. We can also hyperfixate on a singular item for forever until we don't, and then we never want to see it ever again. Oh, sorry. Itchy. What? You know when you get a random itch in your nose and you're just like, ah! Okay. Don't need to see this on camera. All right, I'm back. Oh, Yari, come here, mama. Come here, baby. Come here. Yari, come here. Yari. She's sniffing the ground. I was like, I have another dog now. She'll come for food. Oh, she's very food motivated. Yari, come here, mama. There you go. Come here, baby. Come here. Gotcha, you little stinker. Gotcha, you little bum. Come here. Here we go, lady. Here we go. There's Yari. My cousin's dog. Hello, there's your baby. Okay, I'll let you down. So she is half Chinese crested. That's why if it looked like she didn't have fur, you were right. Most of it. But she does have fur in her face from the dachshund. Or dachshund, depending on your pronunciation. Did you see they're making a new one? I don't know which one you're talking about. Sorry. Unless you're talking about the Airbud. Yeah, I did see they're making a new Airbud. I can't do heels on the way to a broken ankle. You know what's funny? I can rock them. I actually can sprint in stilettos. I used to do it all the time. But I haven't worn heels in so long that my feet hurt after like 5. I went to a wedding and after like 5 minutes, I was like, I'm getting my flats. I was like, all right, I got my heels for the photo op. Let's go. I'm out of here. This is too much heel. This is crazy. I'm not doing this. Plus, I'm heavy, guys. Like there's a lot of muscle here, man. I am heavy. So having that much weight on the ball of my toe, fuck that. It's different if you weigh like 50 pounds, 100 pounds, or whatever. But like, guys, I weigh a lot. Like, I'm well over the 200 mark, so I'm not doing that. That's a lot of weight on those poor feet. Oh, speech. Yeah, I hear you. I had a really hard time with stuttering, but that was more linked to anxiety disorder rather than speech impediment. But I do have a what's this thing called? The thing in my mouth. The metal thing in my mouth. What's it? As we were discussing the frustrations of dyslexia. Look how long this is taking me to remember this word. And it's a retainer. Jesus. Drives me nuts. Yeah, so the retainer. So I have a retainer in my mouth that also adjusts my speech too. My R's and my S's can sometimes get a little messed up because of that. Aw, Gracie's all passed out. I hate it when people don't do research on what breed they're getting. And once they bring it home, they don't train it. It's unbelievable. It's very frustrating. And what's worse is when people are like, oh, I researched the breed. So if you research the breed, didn't it show anywhere on there that they require 4 hours of exercise a day? Like, I think the problem is people don't understand what exercise means, right? So like, oh, I took my dog 2-hour walk a day. That's a lot. Not for this dog. For this dog, that's nothing. And like, I've had to tell people that. I'm like, this dog needs to run 4 hours a day. Run 4 hours a day minimum. So you taking them for a walk is nothing. They might as well be sleeping. It's not going to do a damn thing for them. So like, yeah, I think the other thing too is people just really, truly don't understand the amount of work some dogs are because they're trained to do that. They're trained to be outside, go for like 10 hours a day. And you think that a 2-hour walk is going to be enough for that dog? Forget it, right? So. Oh, blackout. Yeah, as someone who unknowingly got a very traumatized, fearful, reactive dog, it is not easy and will break you mentally so many times. It takes a lot of patience, understanding, and willingness to learn. 100%. 100%. Absolutely. You friggin' nailed it, man. Reminds me of Roar. Roar like a doggy, I love it. Reminds me of an old family friend who dog sitted at our old Labrador, then wanted a dog for himself and got a German wire-haired pointer puppy. It was awful. Oh, yeah, especially going from a lab. Oh, man. And a lot of people don't realize family lab, working lab, 2 different dogs. Family lab, calm. Working dog, not calm at all. They are very hyper, go, and oftentimes aren't good with kids. And labs are like one of the main dogs we use for a lot of medical training and service training and stuff, right? But we don't take them from the working line. We take them from the show line, the family line, that line, right? So the lines matter, okay? Don't, for the love of Pete, just don't get a working dog unless you need a working dog. It's going to ruin your life. If your dog is peeing in the bathroom, they go about 4 times a day. Do you scold your dog when they go potty inside the house? Usually when a dog hides their potty from you, it's because you yelled at them for going potty in the house. The dog doesn't understand that the problem is the location. They think the problem is that they peed, period. So they're hiding it from you. So if you're around when they're outside, they're too scared to go potty around you because they're scared you're going to yell at them. So that's why they wait till they come home. They can hide, they can pee, and then run away again, right? Thank you so much again, Madison. I appreciate it. And so what we want to do is we want to encourage them positively only. So we're not gonna correct this, okay? So I don't care if this dog pees right in front of you on their floor. Say nothing. Do nothing, but clean it. Wait for them to finish, clean it up. When they do potty outside around you, big praise, lots of treats. Good baby, good baby, good baby, good job. And do this for like 2 months, okay? Now, to get them to pee in front of you at the first place, lots of treats, lots of playing, right? They let them drink lots of water. And then go outside for like 3-4 hours. So maybe a day you have day off, right? 3-4 hours, eventually he's got to pee. And then when he pees, Yeah, good boy, good boy, good boy. Lots of treats, lots of treats, lots of treats. Repeat. Eventually, he'll pee outside only because that's the only time he gets a big dance party, right? Oh my God, Yarrow's so excited. She's like, yeah, we're doing stuff. I'm sorry, Mama. I'm sorry, I got you all excited. You want to come up? She's like, no, I want treats. That's fine. You're a good girl. I got you all excited. All right. Sit. Watch. Go. Go get it. Use your cute little nose. Go get it, Mama.
Oh, you stepped on it. You don't.
There we go. She found it. Hope that helps. The matching talk makes me think of my dogs. I grew up with working and herding dogs, so when I found my herder mix, I immediately jumped into what I was. Yeah, exactly. See, like you knew what you were getting, right? And it's so funny because I do periodically get clients that are like, okay, I did my research. I'm fully well aware that this dog needs a stupid amount of exercise. I am a very active person. And immediately I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm like, okay, perfect. And we're talking, like, there's this guy, he got an Australian cattle dog in the city in an apartment. And that was the first thing he said. He's like, I've always wanted this breed. I researched the crap. I'm very active, da-da-da-da. This man goes on a 4-hour hike every day with his dog. 2 hours before work, 2 hours after work, and then continues to play fetch and does training every single day. He did his homework. And then on the weekends, they go for crazy, like, 10-hour hikes. Like, it's insane. Like, this man really did his research. He is very active. And this dog is great. She's fantastic. She's calm. She's chill. She's crate trained because he knows what she needs and he provides that for her. So I was very excited when he told me about that. I was like, oh, thank God. So, yeah. Zebra, come for her mix. Yeah, come for her mix, right? Oh, I love that. Airbud. Okay, I figured you meant Airbud. I actually hadn't seen any of the movies. I don't know, it just didn't I'm not a sports person. Like even martial arts. I love martial arts, but I like doing it. Like I'd rather, same with sports. Like I'd rather perform the sport than watch the sport. Unless it's live. If it's live, it's fun. Some sports I don't find fun no matter what I do. Like I just will never find golf entertaining. It's not something I'll find entertaining. I don't enjoy playing it. I suck at it too, which is probably why I don't enjoy playing it. And I don't like watching it. But I don't like I don't like watching hockey. I don't care. It's not that I don't. It's just that I don't really care. Same with basketball. But I love watching them live, especially football. I love watching football live. Football meaning North American football. The rest of the world football, not a huge fan. I don't like the dives. The diving, the theatrics is so annoying. But I do love basketball and hockey and football live. But yeah, I'm not a fan of watch it, so I don't know. I think that's why it just never really appealed to me. But I am going to be watching it, so we'll see. It's in the comment section, so I'm going to see it eventually. I'm getting husky for the first time. Anything I need to know before I get him? I feel like my reaction is enough. Okay. Strong leadership with a husky. And don't yell back. Okay. The reason so most people talk back to their huskies. When your husky is being verbal, you go quiet. And you just stand there and wait for them to calm down. Or if they're like throwing a temper tantrum, I want you to literally roll your eyes at them. I want you to be like I need you to look at them like you're judging them. So when they're having their little temper tantrum, because they're going to have a temper tantrum, and it's going to be loud. So I hope you don't have close neighbors. I really hope you don't have close neighbors. Because they can be very loud constantly. They're very talky, right? Some are quiet, but most of them are not. And you just be like, ew, and then walk away. Best advice I could give you. So leadership training, grab my book, 100%. Grab my book, borntobewild.ca. Grab the PDF. It's only $10. It'll save you like crazy. But the biggest mistake people make is they talk back when their huskies talk, which will never stop the husky from talking. Now, I know how to speak husky, so occasionally I'll speak husky to them. But mostly because I think it's really funny when they realize I can speak it. But I digress. You can't battle screaming with screaming. So when the husky's screaming, you can't scream back. It's just going to make them scream more. So you got to like look and like, and then walk away. But lots of rules, lots of boundaries, strict leadership, and then you'll be fine. Otherwise, this husky is going to challenge the crap out of you every second of every day. Why is the chat so delayed? It's because I keep going off on tangents. That's why. Why is the chat delayed? Because I keep going off on tangents. But oh God, this happens every time I go live too. Golf is so boring. I'm sorry, I had to skip a bunch just to like friggin' get there. Have I ever ridden horses? Once, and I was very scared. And I was in a foreign country, and the guy thought he was being funny, and he was like, "Mush!" to the horse. And me, never ridden a horse in my friggin' life. This horse goes, and I'm literally holding on for dear life, and we're on like a cliff, like we're going up a mountain, and I'm screaming because I'm fucking scared. And thankfully, my tiny little friend, she rode up like my hero on a white stallion. She was like, "I'm coming," and she was like telling me what to do. And she's like, "Pull on the reins," and I'm like, "I don't want to hurt the baby." She's like, "You're not gonna hurt the horse. Pull on the reins." I'm like, "Eh." She's like, "Pull on the reins." It's like this little cute thing just screaming in my face. I'm like, "I'm sorry." Boom! Like pulled on the reins, and the horse finally like stopped running, and the instructor's laughing his ass off on the back. I was mad. Because you know me, safety first, and I would never do that to somebody. I would never do that to somebody, especially someone who's never ridden a horse before in their life. So that was my only experience riding. I am very open to riding again, but I'm going to be very selective into where I do this. Hopefully, I'm actually working on like doing some collabs with certain animal groups, and I'm hoping to get a collab with a horse trainer and do like a live show for horse training. So that'd be super fun. Madison, oh, you know what? Okay, I do like mini golf. Mini golf is fun. I do like mini golf, yeah. How do you speak husky? I need a demo. Okay. It's usually easier if it's like a conversation, but it's, for example, okay, so the most common, tones is what they really speak. Okay, they're speaking various tones, which, I mean, that's what our language is too. It's a series of tones, right? So if a husky was, they're like, "Oh," which is, okay, and it's not direct translation, so that's the other tricky part, right? So that is I'm being sassy and I'm not going to listen to you, but it's not in a FU way. There's an FU way and a way, and that one's a way. And so if I'm correcting that, I'd be like, "Oh," and it's at that point, because that "oh" is, I need you to focus. I need you to be serious right now. Like it's not a joking moment. Is that it'd be like, I need you to pay attention. That's it. It's more of a, I need you to pay attention. And it's at that point, the husky is like, he looks at me like, "What, you speak it?" This is the moment. And then they go, that's when they're just being loud to win. And that's when I walk away, which means I win. Because here's the thing. When you're battling like this, the quiet, in control person is the one that wins, not who can scream the loudest. And huskies always lose this one. So, but most people yell back. And so I'm not about to get into a fighting match with a husky, but it's really funny. But that's an example, I guess. Speaking husky. Well, I don't know what that bug was, but did you see the treadmill question? What? No, I didn't. Damn it. I passed it. I think you missed my previous chat a while ago. But have you recommended the movie Megan Levy yet? It's about a German Shepherd and handler. No, I have not. I don't know that movie. No. But is it the chat is the same as the videos? I don't know, but I'm telling everybody to put it in the video chats. Okay. Oh, actually, family dog question. My parents are debating getting a husky or a German Shepherd. It would be a family dog. What's your thoughts? Oh, crap. You guys picked two not so great family dogs. I would choose neither unless they knew what they were doing. So if you know what you're doing, they're fine. You have to have strict obedience though with these dogs, right? If you're not going to be strict obedience, just get a golden retriever. A family line, show dog line, golden retriever. Best family dog. Hands down, best family dog. I don't like my options. I don't like the option of either husky or German Shepherd. I would go probably more husky though, just because of the lack of the guarding. The German Shepherd might guard a family member, and you get kids coming to the home and things like that, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. I would go none. Third option, golden retriever. If they have a fight command from the previous owner, you're going to have to undo that training. You're going to have to replace the command with something else. Probably getting their toy. So instead of attacking a human, they attack a toy and get a very specific toy. And so then that dog looks for that specific toy. That's probably the best bet. What was the... where am I? I'm trying to find this comment. Oh, there it is. Is getting a treadmill for your dog to run a good alternative to exercising them from yourself? Only, okay, so Mama, get off. In terms of the treadmill, I'm not a huge fan of the treadmills that go automatically, like the human treadmills, but I do like the dog ones. The dog ones, the dogs are 100% in control of how fast this thing goes. They're very expensive, but if you're going to do it right. So I would highly recommend one of those where the dog is in control of the traction, not the system, for safety reasons. Because obviously, if your dog missteps, they can fly into a wall or something. Whereas as with the ones the dog runs, if the dog stops, it stops. You know what I mean? So I would highly go for one that is specifically for that purpose for dogs. That would be my recommendation. Now, unfortunately, I don't have anything to plug in my phone, and it's about to die. So I am so sorry, but this has also been a very long segment. But I've had so much fun with you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to see you guys again. We'll have a new video out on Tuesday. I'll be live again here on YouTube Thursday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then, of course, we're going to have all the fun at the private Discord afterwards. We're going to watch a bunch of shows. Feel free to check it out on the Discord. And as well as my PDF book is available on my website. I really appreciate it. It'll help you guys a lot as well. borntobewild.ca. And thank you so much, guys. I've always had so much fun with you guys. I appreciate it a lot. Have a great day. Take care. Why isn't this? I don't know how. Why isn't this closing? There we go. Come on. It'll happen eventually.